And good evening and welcome to beautiful Trojan Stadium as we bring you the 2025 regular season finale as the Derry area Trojans look to punch their ticket to the postseason. Standing in the way tonight, the Yough Cougars. Hello everybody, I'm John Flickinger. I'll be joined shortly by the longtime head basketball coach at Derry area, Tom Esposito. He'll be my broadcast partner this evening for a game that the Trojans have tremendous meaning. I mean, this game tonight would be an assurance of a playoff spot for the Blue and Gold, a third-place conference finish, and a spot in the WPIAL playoffs. For the Cougars, it's their Super Bowl tonight after starting the season with promise, winning their first two contests. The Cougars dropped 7 straight coming into tonight, and they'll be looking to spoil the Trojans senior night with an upset win. We welcome you to Trojans Pregame, presented by Innate Fitness in Latrobe, celebrating 10 years in business and located on Main Drive in Latrobe. Stop in and learn how you can get a 2-week free trial. Coach Espo was able to get coverage for this game. His game day duties usually include a lot of things, going up to get the officials, bringing the teams out, all that stuff, but he's kind enough to join me tonight. We thank Nick Raymond, our athletic director, for that, and you'll be hearing from Nick in a halftime interview we'll have for you. But Bob cannot be here due to grandchildren duty. So, Coach, welcome. I know you'll do great. And, you know, what a big football night here. The regular season finale, not only senior night here tonight, celebrating 9 seniors, but a shot at the postseason for the Trojans, something they haven't done in a couple of years. And, hey, you know, after the Elizabeth Forward game a few weeks ago, the Trojans have really put something good together.
They have, John, and thanks for inviting me. And it's nice night for football, nice chilly night finally. We've had great weather all season, but greatly appreciate you getting me out of the elements tonight down there on the field. But this is a big night for the Trojans, and particularly the seniors. The last night they'll play under the lights here at Derry. And for the Yough seniors, it's like you said, it's their Super Bowl. It's their playoff game, and you know, on paper, and you know as well as I do as a coach, on paper, things look very good for the Trojans, and even with the way huddle is now, kids watch films and this and that, and that's what Coach Arone and I talked about today. You know, you can't sugarcoat things anymore. You can't, they see things on film, and I feel that, they know that they're the better team, but you still got to play the game.
What a last couple of weeks for the Trojans, really in all 3 phases. The offense has put up 76 points, 613 yards in the last 2 games, including 321 yards through the air, which is something that, other than the Deer Lakes game, has gone non-existent. But all of a sudden, the Trojans and Anthony Sacco are throwing when they want to, as opposed to when they have to, which is super important, Coach. Obviously, when you know, as a coach, in any sport, you want to be playing your best ball at the end of the season, and I think the Trojans are starting to click on all cylinders.
They are, and talking with Mike during the week, during school and this and that, and obviously watching the games, they are peaking at the right time, and this is when you want to peak at the end of the year, especially when you're a playoff team and you get the momentum going. But very impressed with how Max Doherty is running the football, but he will be the first to tell you he can't do that without the big guys up in front. And the line has been playing very well the past few weeks. Like I said, Max is running the ball hard, and Anthony is gaining confidence. Last week, his 2 throws that stick out in my mind is the very first one that Carson wears over the middle, he made a great catch on it, and then the pass to Max down the sideline. And, Derry has a lot of athletes, and I think at the beginning of the season, Coach Arone was concerned about his skill players, but they've developed. They grinded it out all season, and they worked hard, and very happy and very excited for this football team.
And congratulations to Max Doherty on his 1,000-yard campaign. He ran for 116 yards on 20 carries in last week's win. It puts him at 1,034 yards, 15 touchdowns. But what has happened recently is because of the play of guys like Sacco and Wires and Doperak, like you mentioned, Coach, his 2 touchdowns last week, Max, the pressure has been taken off the other Max Doherty, which allows him not to shoulder all the load, especially when he's playing both ways, because he's a pretty good defender too. So that's certainly a welcoming sight.
It is, and I think early in the season a lot of the offense was on Max's shoulders to not only run the ball hard and get the offense moving, but to score touchdowns. But lately the ball's been spread around, and Coach Ox is taking advantage of his skill players, getting the ball in the hands of the right players at the right time, and they're mixing it up nice. And I think we're going to see a lot of that tonight.
Of course, Max gives all the credit to his offensive line. They have really had a great year, honestly. Oler, Pitzer, Lucon, Piper, Monick, and Aspen Blystone, when he's been asked to step into duty, I mean, it all starts up there, Tom. I mean, you hear that all the time, but it's the truth. You have to have some kind of push up front to get those backs going, and I know that this Derry offensive line has, and defensive line, really, we're going to talk about the defense here in a minute, but that's the engine that gets it going.
And that's the old cliche in football. The games are won in the trenches, and our offensive line, is one of the biggest that I've seen all season. And they're just doing their jobs and fulfilling their responsibilities and opening up holes for Max and getting better protection for Anthony too, and it allows him to find Max downfield and Carson and even Ricky Daniels.
Defensively, the Trojans have really stepped up against both teams. The last 2 weeks, they haven't given up a lot of points, but the two teams that they played had put a lot of points on the board recently. They slowed down the Mount Pleasant running game, and they achieved the goal of getting them out of their comfort zone, as Mike Arone told us in our pregame interview last week, making them do things they did not want to do, and that's get into third and longs and really making them throw the ball down the field. That's not their game, and the Trojans' defense was able to do that. The week before, they bottled up Greensburg-Salem quarterback Brody Chismar. They did not allow him to put on a display that he did last week against Yough by earning him the WSM Player of the Week. We'll talk about that later as well. And then the special teams, the Trojans have been strong, especially in the return game. Carson Wires, the blocking has been tremendous. Sacco's done a nice job in the punting game. I know we gave up a long touchdown return at Greensburg-Salem on the kickoff return, but otherwise a nice job, and I like the way Carson comes up and fields punts too. He saves the Trojans a lot of field position. It's
ironic you say that, because I was talking to Coach Arone, and I don't know why teams kick him the football, either on kickoffs or on the punts. It goes directly to him all the time, and I would think as a coach, you scout Derry, you don't want the ball in Carson Ware's hands, because at any time he can make something happen. He's such a great athlete. He's quick. He's tough. He's hard-nosed, and at any time, he can break one, and I just don't get why they're always kicking him the ball. I'd be kicking it away from him.
We talked about Max Doprak and his big night a week ago. The tackles he broke on the way to that 55-yard touchdown catch and run to the scoreboard side here at Trojan Stadium. Defensively, it was Pitzer, Caden Wires, Donovan, Papuga, Tucholsky, among others, who were all over the field against the Vikings, and I think Coach Molnar has them playing with that relentless feeling inside, doesn't he?
I think so. And other than the EF game, the defense has played pretty steady for most of the season. And talking with Coach Molnar, he keeps things simple. And each week I ask him, what do you got to do defensively? And I concentrate on our defense in basketball. And you go with your base philosophy of your defense, but you always pick one or two things, maybe three things out of your opponent, what you need to be concerned with, and he keeps it simple, and he's very confident in his defense, and they're playing well.
The Trojans are as healthy as they have been since week 0, Coach, as they welcome back Noah Stout tonight. He's missed the last 3 weeks. They also welcome back 6'6", 300-pound senior Levi Haas, who will be suited up tonight for the first time since the very early season. Levi was off to a great start defensively. We remember what he did against the Ligonier Valley. Coach Arone says he will be limited tonight just because of his inability to really practice lately, but he will see some action. So I have to say, a healthy team going into the last regular season game does not happen very often. The Trojans, Coach Arone called it luck, but you just don't see that too often.
Not 10 weeks into the season, and that's another positive thing for us going into the playoffs. And, good to see Levi back. Noah, I know it's probably been eating at him standing on the sideline the past 2 weeks. He's had a very good season himself. Another great athlete, good skills, good footwork, and he can make things happen when the ball's in his hands. And, as a coach, when you're healthy, your last game of the season heading into the playoffs and you're playing well and you're gaining some momentum, you couldn't ask for anything else.
By the way, I wanted to mention, if Anthony Sacco can deliver a performance of 120 passing yards or more, the Trojans will have a 1,000-yard passer and a 1,000-yard rusher for the first time since 2009. Stay with us when the Innate Fitness Trojan pregame continues. We'll break down tonight's opponent, the Yough Cougars, as we continue to get you set for Derry area and Yough on senior night from Trojan Stadium, and only here on WSN.
The dental office of Doctors Hansen and Torba is excited to offer our patients same-day crowns with CEREC by Sirona. With the integration of CEREC, ceramic crowns can now be accomplished in just one visit and without a temporary. Doctors Hansen and Torba is also proud to offer our Patient Appreciation Program for patients who don't have dental insurance. Just pay the annual enrollment cost and enjoy incredible discounts on everything from cleanings to root canals. Doctors Hansen and Torba, Route 217, Derry Township.
At Pit Stop Pizza in Sunoco, you play and we pay. That's right, over $10,000 a week paid out in the Pennsylvania Lottery. We also offer your favorite cold beer and hard ices featuring 5 flavors including blue raspberry, blackberry, and Long Island iced tea. Pit Stop also offers a full menu of delicious foods, from their legendary pizza to their mouth-watering jumbo wings, gourmet burgers, and chicken sandwiches made from scratch. Visit or order online at pitstoppizza.com or just stop in anytime. Located across from Derry High School on Route 982.
Hey Trojan fans, this is Mike Moxenchuk, President of the Derry Area Education Association. The DAEA would like to wish the Trojan football team, cheerleaders, and marching band best of luck this season. We strive to make a difference in our students' lives and prepare them for the challenges and successes that lie ahead. The Derry Area Education Association. Every student, every day, we make a difference.
Industrial Packaging Supplies in Blairsville specializes in product protection for all shipping needs. IPS is one of the largest manufacturers of industrial shipping reels and converters of interleaf papers in the Northeast United States. Industrial Packaging Supplies also features a variety of boxes, tape, flow pack peanuts, and corner protectors. Industrial Packaging Supplies, Westinghouse Road, Blairsville. Call 724-458-8299.
Welcome back to the Trojans pregame presented by Innate Fitness. I want to tell you about Innate Fitness in Latrobe. They're celebrating their 10th year in business. 10 years since Derry area graduate and former football standout Scott Yeckley opened up his doors, and since then he has served the community in so many ways with his sports performance training center. Several teams, including the Trojans, use his facility. It's located on Main Drive in Latrobe. You should try it out too. They are now offering a 2-week free trial for all classes, along with group individual training, or you can stop in and get a free one-on-one personal training evaluation. That's Innate Fitness. They're a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics and tonight's pregame show. Coach, you see the Yough Cougars, and we talked about the fact that they opened up the season with 2 wins, and their 4th-year head coach, Ben Hoffer, who was a heck of an athlete himself. We'll talk about Ben more as the game progresses, but they were off and running, 2-0 start, but since then, 0-7, 7 straight losses for the Cougars, including a 41-7 loss to Greensburg-Salem a week ago. They were down 14-0 after one, 28-7 at the half. They do have some athletes, though, on this Yough team, and that starts with their wideout, and that is Ryan Sarver, a 5'10", 170-pound senior. Ryan, on the season for the Yough Cougars, has pulled in 29 balls for 346 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's very electric with the ball in his hand. He averages 11.9 yards per catch. And they also have a young running back named Johnny Gurgley. He had 78 yards and a touchdown last week, but for the season, he has really done a nice job for this Yough Cougars team. And being only a sophomore, Gurley has rushed for 501 yards, 4 touchdowns. He averages 4.4 yards per game, 2 100-yard games. So, again, I know what the record is, but the bottom line is you never know, and you can't sit on anyone.
No, you can't. And you know, like we said earlier, this is Yough's last game of the season. It's their playoff game, and I'm sure there's nothing more that they'd want to do is, possibly put a dent in the Trojans' playoff hopes and implications. But I know Sarver's a pretty good athlete from the basketball court. And then, they have some things to look forward to with Schaefer being a junior. He's the quarterback, and the young running back, Gurgley. I don't know what they lose on the line, but, it's tough, when you lose 7 games in a row and you're coming into Trojan Stadium against a team that, is going to be very well prepared heading into the playoffs and with that in mind. And, it's a challenge for the Cougars, but like I said earlier, you never know what's going through a 15 or 17-year-old's head. You can prepare all week and have a great game plan, but, a turnover here or a missed tackle here, a splash play on the special teams, and you're fighting a battle in the fourth quarter. So, the Trojans just got to come out and establish their will early.
Yep, absolutely. And you look at Aiden Schaefer, 47 for 101, 504 yards, 4 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He's rushed for 464 yards on 83 carries. And, 5 touchdowns scored. So, again, you just never know what's going to happen, certainly, on a night like tonight. But the Trojans know what they need to do. They need to win this football game. And last year it was Yough winning 55-14 on Cougar Mountain, led by Raiden Kuroda, who had a tremendous game. So the Trojans have some, revenge on their mind tonight, but they also know what's at stake. Stay with us. When we come back, you'll hear from the fourth-year head coach of the Derry area Trojans, Mike Arone, as our Innate Fitness pregame show continues right after these messages.
In the mood for surf and turf? D'Annunzio's at the Arnold Palmer Regional Airport in Latrobe has what you're craving. Every Sunday after brunch, our Surf and Turf Special is available until close. The Surf and Turf Special is highlighted by a petite filet and broiled lobster tail with drawn butter. The Surf and Turf Special includes fresh vegetables, a starch, and a salad or soup. So the next time you think of surf and turf, think D'Annunzio's in Latrobe every Sunday. It's a family tradition.
Some people think that coins become wishes. We think they can become something better. Teaching children the value of saving isn't just about money. It's about giving them the tools to imagine, plan, and soar. At Ameriserve, we're here to help them start their journey, beginning with a SOAR savings account. Because when we teach them to save, we're teaching them to dream.
The McCabe Funeral Home has been thoughtfully assisting the Derry community in their time of need for over 45 years. The McCabe Funeral Home offers various funeral services, including traditional and non-traditional arrangements and pre-arrangements. They also offer a military funeral honors ceremony, which consists of the folding and presentation of the United States flag to the veteran's family and the playing of taps. Please visit McCabeFuneralHomes.com. The McCabe Funeral Home, West 3rd Avenue in Derry.
This is the Coach Mike Arone Show, presented by M&M Trucking in Latrobe. Your shipment is our top priority. Here's John Flickinger and the head coach of the Derry Trojans, Mike Arone.
Final week of the regular season and the head coach Mike Arone Show. And Coach, first of all, I just want to congratulate you not on a dominating performance only from last week, but also you were named WSN Coach of the Week, which is pretty cool. And that's always nice to see. And congratulations to you.
Yeah, thanks, man. We love everything you guys do for the entire county. And it was great on talking to Sean. So thanks. I appreciate it.
One of the things that you talked about way back in the beginning was being able to play out a regular season with something to play for. And now you have that opportunity tonight. Before we talk about last week's game, the opportunity that's in front of you this evening is to get to the WPI-AL playoffs, which certainly was a goal for your football team. So you have to be elated and proud of those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. It's what you shoot for, meaningful football in the end of October, and you want that every season. That's, And we haven't had that around here a whole lot. Did a couple years ago. So, yeah, it's exciting for our guys, and we need to take care of business tonight.
When you look at the season so far, you were 3-1. You had that tough loss to Indiana, a game that you should have won. I mean, I think we both agree with that, and you didn't, but you should have, just the way the game went. And then things started to spiral, very similar to last year, but you were able to change that in a couple weeks. And I'm talking about 76 points in the last 2 weeks and really outstanding defense. And other than some penalties to clean up, you have to be proud of the way the kids reacted. And I think one of the things that we've also talked about throughout all these weeks is you say the kids put it in the past, stay together, and work toward the next week. And that's exactly what they did. And I think that's why you're in this situation right now, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, you broke it down pretty good, and it's a testament to our kids and our coaching staff to put all that stuff behind them, move on to the next week. When you look at the schedule, you just don't know how the season's going to go at the beginning. But, Indiana, we knew it would be a tough game, but that's one. When you look at it, oh, man, we're 4-1. No, we're 3-2 now. And then you're heading into probably your two toughest teams on your schedule in Southmoreland and Yough, and we play okay against – or I'm Southmoreland and NEF, and we play okay against Southmoreland and don't take care of business there. And NEF's just a good football team. So not that you're chalking those up as you knew those are going to be tough games. But coming out of that, playing those games back to back, we challenged our kids, and they knew. They didn't put their heads down and feel sorry for themselves. They stuck together, and they knew they had to go on a 3-game streak, and we're through 2 of those, and we're trying to get another one tonight.
The old but true cliche is always you want to be playing your best football at the end of the season. Do you feel like you're in that mode right now?
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. It looks like it. We've, especially on the offensive side of the ball, we've now put 2 games in a row together where we were pretty fluent and we're able to run the ball and throw the ball successfully. And like you said, defensively, we just, shut down a pretty good offensive football team in Mount Pleasant. So, I'm hoping that gives our kids confidence. They're practicing like they have confidence, and we'll see what we can do moving forward.
I mentioned that 76 points, 321 yards in the air in 2 games, and, adding plus the rushing total, whatever the case may be, 613 yards of total offense in 2 games. But again, it wasn't just running the football. You were able to mix it up. And I think you had talked about confidence and maybe Anthony being confident and other guys, you got what you needed from Max, but now teams have to prepare for both. And it's the right time for them to start doing that, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And, the only stat we really care about is the one in the W and the L. But that's a testament to, again, we're throwing the ball when we want to because we have faith in Anthony. Because he's shown that these last couple of weeks. The lights haven't been too big for him. He hasn't been too hard on himself. When he makes a mistake, so what? We move on. And we've gotten some big plays. Those are big. That's big to win football games at the high school level, splash plays. Those games we lost, besides Indiana, the other teams made some splash plays. We didn't, especially Southmoreland. They made 2 or 3 splash plays, scored 23 points. We didn't make any. So those are coming now, and you have to have those. Like, we want to control the ball at times, we want to run the ball, but we also have to be able to make big plays when they're there, and we've been doing that.
You have an 1,000-yard rusher now, and I know he's not about stats. I understand that, but it is an accomplishment certainly for Max to go over 1,000 last week. And I know he gives so much credit, and he does, to the offensive line, but just really an incredible season, and he still has more games to play.
Sorry about that. Yeah, he does. It has been a great season for him, man. He's a load. He's turned into a very good running back, and he'll be the first one to tell you, like you just said, Flick, he doesn't care about the 1,000 yards, but it is a great accomplishment. It's not hard. It's not easy to do. We got to keep him rolling, and then hopefully, we have a decent rotation going too between him and JP and Caden, and keep that up to keep him fresher at the end of games when we need him.
Last week, you had a Mount Pleasant offense come in, and you knew that they did a lot of different things. We talked about it, the motions and the misdirection and all of that stuff that went on. And you had said a key to the game was for your defense to play gap control, do their jobs, plays would come to them if they just did what they were supposed to do. And it seemed like in a lot of cases last week, that's what happened, and they were there and they made the plays.
Yeah. Again, testament to our coaching staff and the preparation they gave to our guys, and our guys taking it seriously and watching the film. They do that every week. I don't know. It just seemed like they were a little more locked in last week's preparation for Mount Pleasant. And, it was just a matter of reading keys and doing your job. And they did a really nice job of that. And they played physical.
Yeah, no doubt about that. You got a turnover as well last week. Was it as dominant on film the next day when you watched it as we saw it on Friday night? At times, there were some, I think we can still be better, like especially on the offensive side of the ball. There's still some things we're doing up front in our blocking schemes that miss a block here or there, that a play could be bigger than it was. But defensively, for the most part, our kids, again, they didn't play scared. They didn't worry about getting beat. They just played fast, physical, even in our defensive backs. And that's what you have to do to win football games against good teams. One thing we haven't talked about all that much this year is special teams, but you guys have done a nice job. I mean, you haven't given up any real big plays as far as you did give up the one kickoff, I know, against Greensburg-Salem. However, return, I should say. But, the punting game, the field position game, which is such an important part of the game, you've done a really nice job with that. And, of course, Carson on his kick returns. I mean, I don't know why teams are even kicking it to him, what he's averaging, bringing it back. But special teams collectively, a big part of the game, and you guys are really doing a nice job with that. Yeah,
we put a lot of time and effort into it. It's a focus in practice. And one of the biggest things I think Carson does for us is punt returns. He hasn't had it's not that he has big ones, but he fields almost every single punt. Last week was the first time I was a little upset with him because he didn't field a punt, and he knew it. And that's nice to have. That could be 15, 20, 25, even 30 yards of field position sometimes if you let the ball hit and bounce. And instead, he'll either fair catch it or catch it, and then he has a chance to return it. So I would agree with you. We do put an emphasis on special teams because it is a very important part of the game.
And I was going to talk to you about that specifically, but you answered it right there. What Carson does certainly saves field position. All right, Coach. So you got to win tonight, or a Mount Pleasant loss tonight, but you don't want that. I know it's senior night here. The kids have to be excited. The field looks fantastic. Everything's ready to go. Everything's lining up. How do you guard against a letdown?
Well, we've been preaching about it all week. And listen, I have been honest with our team. They're not, they know what Yough's record is. We share film. But they know that they have some weapons. We went up there last year and we were evenly matched, I thought, too. And it was a different scenario a little bit, but they took it to us physically. They just took it to us. And I don't think our kids are going to let that happen to them again. So they're going to put their best foot forward. That's what it comes down to. We've preached it in practice. This is just the next game. And we got to do what we do, and hopefully it goes in our favor.
I know I was talking to a few of the kids this week, and they said they were embarrassed last year when they went up there. And that's kind of how that game turned out. And I know you and I talked immediately after that game. And it's tough because you're ending your season that way and have to go through an entire offseason. This time it's a whole different story. So it's going to be interesting. And, Coach, I know you're not in the playoffs yet, but I know you have to think ahead. And there's a good chance we're going to get in, which is fantastic. Have you even looked at the possibility of maybe who you would play and try to get a head start on that at all?
Yeah, of course we have, but that's for next week. Hopefully after we have to play this game tonight. And listen, man, I'm sure Yough's coming in. Coach Hoffer will have them ready. There's nothing better on the flip side of, your season hasn't gone the way you wanted it to, and you can kind of get a win and knock somebody out of the playoffs possibly. So I'm sure he's done the same thing with his team, and but we're ready to go.
And you said they do have some athletes. I know I watched some film as well. They have a couple of guys. They have a young running back who has really had a nice season.
Yeah, a couple running backs that are big. The Sarver boy is a great athlete. The quarterback gets him the ball. And like I said before, Sometimes you just don't know what they're going to throw at you. They'll line up in multiple formations, do different things. So you have to be prepared for a lot. So I think we have prepared our kids, and they're ready to go.
The injury front, Noah Stow, Levi Haas, do they have any chance of coming back this week or possibly if you move into the playoffs?
Yeah, we're probably as healthy as we've been in a long time, which is good. Noah is back. He got a full week of practice in. He was cleared. He looks good. Levi came back, finally got cleared, got the knee brace in the middle of the week. So he'll be limited just because of his practice participation. We'll see how that knee reacts, but we're pretty healthy. Like I said, as healthy as we've been all year.
And isn't that crazy? You see so many injuries throughout the year for football teams. You want to be as healthy as you can at the end of the year too. It's been a long time since the Trojans have been healthy going into the final week of the regular season. So that bodes well for you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. At a small school, and when you're playing a lot of guys both ways, and you have to be like it's rare. So sometimes it's just pure luck how well you're going to do towards the end of the season or into the playoffs if you make it, just by how healthy you are. And right now, fingers crossed, knock on wood, we're in a pretty good position.
Finally, Coach, senior night. You have 9 seniors, at least that I see on the roster. And again, it's not just about the starters. It's about all the kids who have to practice together. Just talk a little bit about them. I know Pitzer, Doprak, Caden Wires, Papuga, Haas, all those guys have been a part of your team, but just overall in general, the seniors playing their last game in Trojan Stadium tonight.
Yeah, man, it's it's bittersweet. Those guys have been great. A lot of them, most of them since they were freshmen. I look at somebody like JP, who's really just, he's just matured as a person, as a football player. He's a team player as much as a team player can be. Like, I know he wants more carries, but he's okay playing fullback. He's okay playing tailback. We've moved him from linebacker to nose guard to defensive end. He's played all over the field. I can't say enough about him. Guys like Ricky Daniels, who just goes out there on the field and blocks his butt off. Doesn't get a whole lot of balls thrown to him, but he doesn't complain about it. And when he does get balls thrown to him, he does something with it. So all those guys, we've talked a lot about Pitzer, Doprak, but guys like Franklin Palmer. Like, I have to mention Franklin Palmer. Franklin Palmer's going to get a start at guard this week in a senior script because he deserves it. Franklin Palmer hasn't seen the field since he was a freshman, but he's there every day. He's been a great JV player for us and a great scout team player for us, so he deserves that. And we're proud of all those guys, and we're very appreciative of what they've done for our program.
All right, Coach, I don't want this to be the last time we talk this season. I know we enjoy this, and let's do it again next week in the postseason. Best of luck tonight. Go get one. Enjoy senior night. Enjoy your last night at Trojan Stadium.
Thanks, Flick. Appreciate it. Go Trojans.
That is head coach Mike Arone, and when we come back on the Innate Fitness Trojans pregame, we'll have the starting lineups and an opening kickoff on senior night tonight as the Trojans take on the Yough Cougars, and only right here on WSN.
At M&M Trucking in Latrobe, your shipment is our top priority. M&M Trucking provides a fleet of trucks capable of moving one or many loads of freight, concentrating in steel, lumber, mulch, concrete, precast forms, and more. M&M Trucking hauls loads to both warehouse facilities and direct-to-construction job sites. Call 724-539-1044 or visit lmmtrucking.com. M&M Trucking, spanning 3 decades, keeping pace with today's transportation industry.
At Building Bodies Fitness Center on Pandora Road, we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Always here to help you reach your fitness goals. Experience the power of our trademark Top Gun Fitness program, led by Trojans alum Sean Horwath. From group personal training to youth fitness and sports-specific training, we've got something for everyone. Try our legendary group fitness classes, Zumba, cycling, step yoga, and so much more. Building Bodies Fitness Center, proudly supporting the Derry Trojans.
Some moments on the field go beyond the game. They shape who we become. At Home Team Collections, we honor those moments with the care and craftsmanship they deserve. Because these moments aren't just memories, they're a legacy worth preserving. Any team, any sport, any logo. Visit HomeTeamCollections.com today and save $10 off your first order.
Good luck, Trojans, from the Fraternal Order of Eagles, area number 1612 in Derry. The Fraternal Order of Eagles is an international non-profit organization uniting fraternally in the spirit of liberty, truth, justice, and equality. FOE has carried the motto of people helping people for over 110 years in Derry. New members are welcome. Call 724-694-2344. The Fraternal Order of Eagles on East 1st Avenue in Derry. People helping people.
The prevention of youth and adult substance abuse in our communities is so important, and our goal at CSAE is to do just that. CSAE works to provide education, encourage recovery, and create social change.
Join us at CSAE, because to see the change, you have to be the change.
Trojans pregame presented by Innate Fitness. You heard from Mike Arone. The Trojans just entered the field, as did the Yough Cougars, as we are set to go for another night of high school football. The last one of the regular season. The Trojans win. They are in the WPIAL playoffs for the second time under head coach Mike Arone. We'll get to the starting lineups here. First for the Yough Cougars. The center is Corbin Reinstadler, a 6'2", 245-pound senior. 59, Mickey Albright, a 5'7" junior. The left guard is Cooper Beers, 5'9", 210 junior, wearing number 53. The right tackle, 64, Cash Smith, 5'11", 180 sophomore. The left tackle, 78, Aiden Converso, 6'2", 245 sophomore. The quarterback, Aiden Schaefer, 5'10", 170 junior, wearing number 2. The fullback, or the H-back, I should say, Dom Kuchak, a 5'8", 180-pound junior. Johnny Gurgley, the sophomore running back we talked about, 6'1", 205 pounds. Ryan Sarver, the 5'10", 170-pound senior, 29 catches on the season. Joey Bibby, number 3, 5'8", 150 junior. And Jaden Huber, a 5'10", 175 junior for the Yough Cougars. Derry area offensively will go this way with Devin Oler, the 5'8", 225 junior at center. Evan Monick will play, but he won't get the start tonight because senior Franklin Palmer will do that. 5'8", 200-pound senior getting the start on senior night. Chase Lucon, 5'10", 225 junior at left guard. Dylan Pitzer, the right tackle. Aiden Piper, the left tackle. Anthony Sacco, the quarterback, coming off of, a lot of touchdown passes in the last couple games. He is just 120 yards shy of 1,000 yards. It will be Justin Papuga, the senior, at fullback. A touchdown, 122 yards on the season. The junior Max Doherty, 1,034 yards, 15 touchdowns. He averages 5.6 per carry. He will be the tailback. Carson Wires, 18 catches, 331 yards, and 2 touchdowns at a wideout spot. The senior Colton Sanders will get the start, 6'2", 160 senior at the wideout spot. Ricky Daniels, another senior, and Max Doprak as well will all see action in that wide receiver core. And it's nice to see Noah Stow back tonight. 12 catches, 230 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's back in the mix tonight as well for the Trojans. We'll get to the defensive lineups for both of these teams, but we're ready for an opening kickoff here on another really nice night for high school football. It is a fall night, little chilly, but hey, last game of the season, Espo.
Yeah, it is. And another nice night for football. I'd like to see more fans sitting over there, but hopefully you're tuned in to watch us tonight, and let's get this thing rolling.
Last year, an embarrassment for the Trojans, and many of the kids would say it. Coach Arone as well, losing to Yough on Cougar Mountain. But tonight is a new night and a big night for the Trojans. As the kick is fumbled by Gurgley, it went off his chest, and he's able to retrieve it on the line drive kick by Max Doprak, and we are underway from Trojan Stadium.
On the kick return, recovers his own fumble. Cougars will take over, first down and 10.
So the Cougars come out, first down and 10.
On their own 32-yard line.
We'll check scores throughout the night. Aiden Schaefer, the junior quarterback, will await the first snap from the gun, and he's going to throw it. And that pass wide open down the middle, and it's caught by Gurgley, and he trips and falls. Unbelievable. He could have been gone, but something the Trojans must have not have seen on film, Coach. Because
number 25,
Gurgley made the catch. He takes it all the way down to the 26-yard line, but he would have had a touchdown if he doesn't trip on the turf.
Yeah, the Cougars totally surprised the Trojans, and Derry, fortunately he got tripped up by the turf.
But
like we said before the game, anything can happen.
Yeah, and, we talked about Ben Hoffer. We'll continue to discuss his resume, but he does a nice job of obviously film watching like all the coaches do, but he saw something, and he went with it on the first play of the game. And lucky it didn't cost the Trojans a touchdown as Schaefer's going to rush around the right side. He does turn the corner, but there is a flag down in the vicinity of a block in the back.
Number around the right side, pushed out of bounds by number 28.
The referee tonight at Trojan Stadium is Dave Opanowski. And it's going to be a hold against the Cougars.
To 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat first
But they come out throwing, and right down the middle, Yough averages only 174 yards a game, 56 of those in the air. So they got a lot of that on the first play of the game, 118 on the ground. Trojan defense with Lukon Pitzer and Papuga up front, Doherty and Wires on the outside, Donovan, Tucholsky, the inside backers, Doprak and Daniels at the corners, Wires and freshman Will McNeil at the safety spot. As Schaefer awaits the snap with two receivers to the right. He's going to throw again. This time he's in trouble, and he goes down. And it's Caden Wires, the senior, who steps up and makes the sack. And, Coach, we talked about him in the pregame. He's been all over and all in the backfields of opponents' teams the last couple weeks.
Yeah, nice play by Caden. He's quick. He got in there into the backfield. But as I was watching the line, Derry's line totally pushed Yough's offensive line back
That'll bring
about
up
4
a
yards.
2nd and 27.
So with that holding penalty and the sack, you heard our public address announcer here tonight, B.J. McKeska. 2nd down, 27 to go for the Cougars. Just underway from Trojan Stadium. Field looks gorgeous. The numbers, look at those numbers painted so well. Timmy Palantini and company. A screen set up. It's intercepted by Piper. No, that's not Piper. That's not Piper. That's 63 for the Trojans, and that is Levi Haas. Welcome back, Levi. He's back into the mix. His first game back in many days. I just saw the big guy in there, and then I see 63. It's Levi Haas with a pick.
Good for him. Good for Levi. He had to go through the adversity of that injury all season.
Will take over. First down and 10.
3 or 4 plays into the game, he gets a pick, and he spiked the ball.
He spiked it. That's okay. Wasn't caught. Well, there's an interception that you don't see very often. Welcome back, Levi. Play fake on first down. Sacco wide open out of the backfield, and it's caught by Papuga. And the big guy's going to rumble inside the 30 to the 25-yard line, and that's going to be a Trojan first down.
Sacco's pass to Justin Papuga is complete. Brought down
as the Cougars tried to set up the screen there. It just wasn't there, and Levi was.
Kuzik. That'll be enough for
Good to get the ball into JP's hands early on senior night.
Talked about Franklin Palmer getting the start up there, up front. This time Papuga will reposition to the right. On a new set of downs for the Trojans, it's going to be Doprak on the jet sweep. He gets to the corner to the 10, the 5, and Max Doprak is into the end zone.
Touchdown, Derry!
Making it look easy.
Max Doprak.
That's another score for Max, this time on the ground, and the Trojans lead it 6-0. Wires leading the way, number 14, that's Caden up front, along with the offensive line, and really not even contested there. As Toprak will now kick the point after. Sacco gets the hold down, and Max's kick is no good. He missed it. Had plenty of leg, but he missed it.
The extra point attempt by Doprak is no
6-0 Trojans.
And with 9 minutes and 25
here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
In the first quarter.
For over 25 years, Huss Chiropractic has stood as a trusted and experienced provider of chiropractic care in Western Pennsylvania. Huss Chiropractic combines award-winning expert care with compassion to provide personalized treatment plans to meet your individual needs. Don't be sidelined with pain. Allow Huss Chiropractic to help tackle your pain and get you back in the game. Contact us today by calling 724-879-4385. Trust the award-winning care at Huss Chiropractic. And remember, don't let pain adjust how you live. Live well adjusted.
The Matthew Merlin Funeral Home in Derry provides individualized funeral services designed to meet the needs of each and every family that comes through our doors. From casket choices to funeral flowers, our staff of dedicated professionals will help you through all of the planning of the funeral service. Please call us at 724-694-8331. The Matthew Merlin Funeral Home on North Chestnut Street in Derry. A celebration of a life well lived.
Interception by Levi Haas. Welcome back. Leads to a touchdown. Max Stoprak on the run, and here come the Cougars on that squib kick, and it's Gurgley who gets the football, and he's pushed out of bounds on the far side by Will McNeil.
Number 25, Gurgley on
and
the return.
The Cougars will have pretty good field position here in their second possession, but wow, turnover turned into points.
It did, and in any sport, you don't want to turn the ball over, you don't want to walk anybody, because those come back to haunt you.
That kickoff, by the way, and our opening kickoff, all presented by AHN Neighborhood Hospital. AHN Neighborhood Hospital is always open, offering the care you need right around the corner. Visit ahnNeighborhood.org. Cougars' second possession, first one resulted in a big play on first down, but after that, they went backward, then the interception. Here's Gurgley on first down, nothing there, as Doherty was in the backfield to trip up the running back. And we mentioned he came into the night with a little over 500 yards on the ground. A big kid, only a sophomore.
On the play will bring up a 2nd and 11.
But the Cougars have certainly struggled these last 7 weeks, Coach.
Yeah, they started off well with two wins, and they've been struggling these last 7 weeks, and I think they're going to run into a red-hot Trojan team tonight.
Schaefer in trouble again, and he's just going to throw it to the ground. Nobody there. It's not a fumble. I think it's a forward pass. They're going to call it incomplete. There was a receiver in the area, running back, the H-back, Dom Kujak.
For number 44, Dom Kujak falls incomplete.
So third down and
11.
11 coming up. Cougars coached by Ben Hoffer, 4th season at Yough. He also served as an assistant under Dom Pecora for 9 years at East Allegheny. Dom Pecora has been around for a long time, coached at Southmoreland, Yough, last year at Penn Trafford. He is now an assistant for Ben and a relative of ours. Hayden Flickinger, who's producing tonight, got a chance to talk to Dom before the game. As Schaefer's back under pressure, and this time he's going to scramble out of there. He's going to get some positive yardage, but then
not enough.
Go out of bounds. So it's going to be 4th down coming up as he gets out at the 37. So he's well short, and the punt team is on. But getting back to Coach Hoffer, he used to run over opposing defenses in his high school career. The second leading rusher in Yough football history, 3,000 yards for his career. Ironically enough, Ben is behind only Dustin Schoaf in the record books. Of course, Schoaf is the first-year head coach of the 8-1 Southmoreland Scotties. The meeting between those two didn't turn out well for Coach Hoffer, as Coach Schoaf beat him 40-0. End-over-end punt will go out of bounds. And it will be Trojan ball. Sarver on the kick. The Trojans have good field position.
Derry area 32-yard
I want to say hello to Colleen and Brock Smith watching in at home tonight. As usual,
Coach
having
Smith,
a relaxing time. And now, I was going to say, but you can go ahead.
Coach Smith had a very good volleyball season. It was fun to watch his team. Took some of our players to watch their playoff game against Franklin Regional. And those girls played hard. They played focused. They played together, and it was a fun match to watch. And they capped their season off, on a high note. And he should be proud of those girls.
Yep, absolutely. Congratulations to Coach Smith and his girls. And just really, he told me the other day, just really a fun season for them overall. A lot in the pipeline coming through as well. They fell to Oakland Catholic on Tuesday to end their season, but a very productive season as Wires carries, and he stays on his feet. And Caden, it looks like a horse collar there, nothing going to be called, but he gets positive yardage all the way to the 40.
Number 14, Caden Wires on the carry, breaks a couple tackles, brought down by number 14.
He's a strong young man.
And And number 2,
that play didn't look like it was going to go for anything, and he picked up 8 yards.
Gain of 8 on the play brings up a second
That
down
Trojan
and
drive,
2.
by the way, was 2 plays, 39 yards, and that's compliments of Coach Bob Lasinski, who's actually not here tonight, but he's watching in. He's still doing some stats. Sacco deep downfield, incomplete. He was going for Sanders, and the senior
Sacco goes
couldn't
deep
pull
down
it in. There was good coverage in the secondary by the Cougars, and that was Logan Rozier,
14,
the 5'10", 170-pound sophomore. Logan
That'll
Rozier.
bring up a third down and 2 for the Trojans.
The Cougars are pretty young as well, Coach. And the Trojans, with their 9 seniors here tonight.
These 2 teams could be battling in the next few years because Derry has some nice young football players coming up themselves.
2 yards to go for the first down. It's Doherty, his first carry. He's into the secondary, and he's up the middle. And there goes Mad Max. He's going to cut it outside to the 20, the 10, the 5, and he's pushed into the end zone, and it's a Trojan touchdown.
Touchdown!
60
Max
yards
Doherty
for Mad Max. And he adds to his collection, 16 on the season, 7:32 mark. Trojans lead at 12-0.
That was a perfectly executed play. I was watching the line, and you couldn't help but watch what was happening in the backfield. Great timing, great play action. Sacco had a nice fake, and Max recognized the hole, and he just had green ahead of him.
Just watch him grow throughout the season. His cuts, his power's always been there. Sacco does a nice job of getting that down. And this time, Max Doprak, his kick is good. 13-0 Trojans here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
7:32 left in the...
At Building Bodies Fitness Center on Pandora Road, we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Always here to help you reach your fitness goals. Experience the power of our trademark Top Gun Fitness program, led by Trojans alum Sean Horwath. From group personal training to youth fitness and sports-specific training, we've got something for everyone. Try our legendary group fitness classes, Zumba, cycling, step yoga, and so much more. Building Bodies Fitness Center, proudly supporting the Derry Trojans.
Debner's Pools, Spas, Lawn and Garden is your go-to source for all of your outdoor needs since 1982. In-ground pools, above-ground pools, swim spas, and hot tubs too. Debner's offers everything from do-it-yourself kits to fully installed special deliveries and everything in between. Let Debner's take the hassle out of your pool experience with the best products and the lowest prices anywhere, so you can start enjoying more priceless time with the ones you love. Why wait? Call or stop in Debner's today.
Dobrak's kick fielded by Gurgley, and he makes the first man miss and the second. He's up the sideline, and Johnny Gurgley gets into Trojan territory, and it was the kicker, Max Doprak, who knocked him out of bounds.
Max Doprak.
But it was Max Doherty who gets the touchdown run. It was nice to see the guys today in school. They dressed up today for their final game, and they looked very dapper today in their shirts and ties and dress pants, and it looked pretty good. It was a good look.
I came out of my office, first person I saw was Noah Stahl with a nice bow tie on, and that's what he said. This is what JP wanted today.
That's good. Well, that's good. I didn't get a chance to see JP. I saw Max. He looked very, very good. Final night at Trojan Stadium, not for him, but for the seniors tonight, as the Cougars will get it back, and throwing is Schaefer, again under duress, and he's going to get out of there. He's going to get what he can, and he goes down at the 40. Does pick up positive yardage, but not a lot there, as Preston Donovan
Schaefer calls his own number.
Was there for the Trojans.
Another nice thing they did today, the senior athletes went down to Grandview today, interact with our younger students down there, and then they came up to the stadium, and Mr. Roble, Mr. Rick had a little band festivity for them, and it was a good day on campus.
I know Jamie Heminger planned that along with athletic director Nick Raymond. It was nice to see that. Anytime those guys, as Gurgley gets the call, only a yard to the 39, Papuga on his back and bounces right back up.
Number 25, Gurgley on the carry.
Dylan Pitzer also on the stop.
Met at the line of scrimmage.
Hayden Flickinger producing
10,
tonight.
The Hammer.
Doing a great job along with Lorenzo Cota
on
the camera. And we also will have a sideline reporter tonight. Her name, you know it, Coriana Whiteman. She's going to give us her Trojan game break live here from Trojan Stadium, but she's also going to be down on the sideline a bit, reporting on a couple of things here this evening. Nice to see that. Looking forward to that. She's not nervous at all as Schaefer is throwing, and his pass is going to be caught, and it's Sarver who makes the first man miss. And again, no, I'm sorry, it's not Sarver. That pass complete to number 3, and that is Joey Bibby, his 6th catch of the season.
Number 3, Joey Bibby.
So 6 catches
on the play by number 11,
on the far side of the field as Carson brings him down, and the Cougars get their first down of the night.
They're starting to move the ball. They're mixing it up a little bit. Coach Mole's sending the house, but Bibby was wide open out there on the sideline.
We'll check scores throughout the evening. I want to tell you Jeanette's up 10-0 on Riverview. Cannon Mac and Central Catholic, it's 3-0. Actually, Cannon Mac in the early lead. Looking for an upset as Schaefer. This is planned and design run for the quarterback, and he's going to pick up almost 10 yards as Aiden Schaefer, who again shows his ability to run the football, and he has that ability. I've watched that on film.
Sarver calls his own number.
And he will pick up yardage.
Kolsky and Doperak team up on the tackle.
Would it be, what, first down? Yeah, they give him a first down, so they give him 10. To the 21-yard line of the Trojans.
I think the light bulbs burn out on the 0 on the scoreboard.
Okay. There's those interesting formations Coach Arone talked about. There's 4 offensive players to the right, and it's going to be Schaefer again. And this time he turns the corner, does pick up yardage as the clock is stopped on the far side of the field. Not sure if there's an injury over there or not, as Will McNeil made the tackle over there.
Will's having a nice season. For a young player like that, he's getting a lot of experience, but he's playing very well this year.
Picked up 7. There's a timeout on the field. It's a Trojan timeout, leading 13-0. Stay with us. We're going to step out for 30 seconds if we can, Hayden, and be back to Trojan Stadium right after this on WSN.
For over 25 years, Husk Chiropractic has stood as a trusted and experienced provider of chiropractic care in Western Pennsylvania. Husk Chiropractic combines award-winning expert care with compassion to provide personalized treatment plans to meet your individual needs. Don't be sidelined with pain. Allow Husk Chiropractic to help tackle your pain and get you back in the game. Contact us today by calling 724-879-4385. Trust the award-winning care at Husk Chiropractic. And remember, don't let pain adjust how you live. Live well adjusted.
The Matthew Merlin Funeral Home in Derry provides individualized funeral services designed to meet the needs of each and every family that comes through our doors. From casket choices to funeral flowers, our staff of dedicated professionals will help you through all of the planning of the funeral service. Please call us at 724-694-8331. The Matthew Merlin Funeral Home on North Chestnut Street in Derry. A celebration of a life well lived.
We are back at Trojan Stadium, and Schaefer rolls to his right and throws one up for grabs. Bibby was down on his wallet, and it landed in his hands for a Yough touchdown. How about that? Bibby lost his footing in the end zone. The ball came to him. I don't know what happened to the Trojan defender over there, but he makes the catch, and the Cougars are on the board.
Those are the freak things that could happen in games like this, and hopefully it doesn't keep them in the game for too long.
15-yard touchdown pass from junior Aiden Schaefer to Joey Bibby. Sarver's point after is no good. 13-6. We're still in the first quarter, and we'll be back here on the Westmoreland Sports Network after these messages.
Derry area Trojans 13, Yough Cougars 6.
At At M&M Trucking in Latrobe, your shipment is our top priority. M&M Trucking provides a fleet of trucks capable of moving one or many loads of freight, concentrating in steel, lumber, mulch, concrete, precast forms, and more. M&M Trucking hauls loads to both warehouse facilities and direct-to-construction job sites. Call 724-539-1044 or visit lmmtrucking.com. M&M Trucking, spanning 3 decades, keeping pace with today's transportation industry.
Producer Hayden telling me we're back here. Boy, the Cougars, hey, a couple nice runs and a pass. And they're back in this game. It's 13-6.
Yeah, Schaefer had some nice runs and found Bibby on the sideline wide open and then a touchdown pass in the corner.
We talked about not kicking to Carson Wires. They decide not to. They kick it short. And it's Caden Wires who takes this one up to around the 45-yard line.
On the 45-yard line.
So the Trojans have it. I know that's not going to make Coach Mole happy, giving up that touchdown. Now the offense back out there. They've had no troubles in this game yet. Scoring twice. Doperak, the first touchdown. Doherty, the second. Sacco's going to throw this one to Noah Stow back tonight. And Stow going to try to get to the corner. He does turn it. And Schaefer pulls him out of bounds into Yough territory at the 48-yard line. So good gain on first down for the Trojans. Nothing different than a running play there. Just throw it out in the flat.
Yeah, nothing different, but what Coach Ox is spreading the ball around. I think that's like 4 or 5 guys who had their hands on the ball so far tonight.
So we'll spot it right at the 50. So what's that, about 5 on that? Yep. Still have first. We got a sideline warning against the Trojans. They got to turn the stick over there. It should be 2nd and 5. They still have first down up there. Yeah, there we go. Maybe. Trojans win, and they are into the WPIL playoffs, or a Mount Pleasant loss, and they're taking on a very good EF team as Max carries. He has a big hole left side. There he goes again to the 40. 35-30. Max Doherty continues down the sideline. Does he stay in bounds? No, he steps out of bounds, but another big gain. And what a huge hole off that left side for Mad Max.
Good job by the line, and they've been doing that all year, and it seems like they're taking control of the line of scrimmage early and often tonight.
We talked about Brock and Colleen. Colleen sends me these pictures with a nice fire. Just relaxing. Wearing a 20-year-old 2005 section championship shirt, sweatshirt. And running the football this time is Caden Wires, and he's inside the 10, the 5, and he's to about the, 3-yard line?
Number 14.
He just took off and broke a couple tackles on the far side of the field, and it's going to be goal to go for the Trojans.
Yeah, the ball's inside the 1.
She's just trying to make me jealous.
That'll be enough for a Trojan.
So the Trojans scoring quickly in the first 2 possessions. The last possession, just 2 plays, 68 yards. Here we go again. A fake to Stow. A give to Wires. He's untouched. He's into the end zone.
Touchdown, Trojans.
And wow, we have a lot of points here in this first quarter. It's 19-6 with the point after to come as Caden Wires takes it in from a yard out. He took it down there. They gave it to him again. He scores it. And this Trojan offensive line, again, give credit where credit is due. And it's due, certainly. I have a feeling that Doperak's foot might become a little bit sore tonight. It's good. and it's 26 Trojans on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
At Building Bodies Fitness Center on Pandora Road, we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Always here to help you reach your fitness goals. Experience the power of our trademark Top Gun Fitness program, led by Trojans alum Sean Horwath. From group personal training to youth fitness and sports-specific training, we've got something for everyone. Try our legendary group fitness classes, Zumba, cycling, step yoga, and so much more. Building Bodies Fitness Center, proudly supporting the Derry Trojans.
Pass brings up a 4th down and 13.
Yep, Pitzer bringing the heat that time. So 4th down and 13 yards to go from the 32-yard line as Sarver will get ready to kick it away.
Number 11, Bird.
Let's see if they kick it to Carson this time. He's going to have a chance.
And he takes it on the run. And he's electric when he has the football. 40, 35, 30 down the sideline and finally out of bounds. And I don't see any flags. Another great return by number 11 in the blue and gold for the Trojans as Carson Wires has it deep into Yough territory and already a 20-6 deficit for the Cougars.
Derry area will take over deep inside of Cougar territory.
Couple of scores. Burrow leads Deer Lakes 14-7. The Bucks still have a chance to get into the playoffs with a win tonight and a little bit of help. Jeanette 13, Riverview nothing, 8:19 mark of the second quarter. And non-conference action, Hempfield area and Gateway 7-7 after 1 quarter of play. Fake to Doc this time, and Sacco is going to step up inside. There's a flag down. That's going to come back, but he does complete the pass. And that is Wires who makes the catch, but it's going to be a hold back here against the Trojans. Bill Beckner here from the Trib tonight, making the trek. He got to see a really exciting soccer match last night at Norwin. A quarterfinal match, a 1-0 soccer victory for the Knights. Boy, that was a fun match to cover because there was a lot of great saves and big plays. And if you like soccer, that was a good one. They scored with, I believe, 40-plus seconds to go in the second overtime, did Norwin.
I'm sure our spotter, John Williams, would like to watch that game.
Yes, sir. There he is, Johnny Williams. He likes those defensive games for sure. No question about it. I look behind me over my left shoulder, Ken Main, our head of maintenance back here. Building and grounds, everything. He does it all. And look at this field tonight as Max carries on first down. He's got a big hole to the 10 and down to the 7. And just like Swiss cheese running through this offensive line.
Number 14,
it's goal to go again for the Trojans. And again, let's just be honest with you. Like, these facilities here have just really, I'm not just saying that because the big guy's behind me here. But
well, I'm not going to say it because he was an old Bobcat. But
yeah, he was.
Our stadium looks good. Our campus looks good. Nick Raymond's doing a great job with the branding around campus. And
you'll hear about that in our halftime report. We had an interview with Nick. That's coming up. The quarter is coming to an end. You're going to hear from Coriana as well. Here's Papuga, and he's tripped up. I'm sure he'll get it again as he gets inside the 5 to the 2. Look at Justin. He says, lead me in,
Papuga,
Coach.
Tripped up
I'm
by
good.
Number 3, Joey Bibby.
Bibby on the stop. Second down coming up. No, I like the numbers for this one. And the robot can only do so much. The other guys, I told Timmy Palantini, who helped me bring all my equipment up here today, how great of a job he's done and his staff. As Doc will be the deep back, Papuga the up back. It'll be a fake. They're going to try to get Papuga in the flat. Yes. They do. He catches it, and he's in for the Trojan touchdown. The senior, Justin Papuga.
Papuga with the Derry touchdown.
Nice to see the seniors contributing big time here in this first half.
Yeah, like I said earlier, a lot of hands are touching the ball tonight, and that's nice to see on senior night. Last night, Friday night, under the lights in Trojan Stadium.
Still first quarter. Max will attempt another one, and he puts it through. 27-6 Trojans back after this on WSN.
Fall is here, and Cokeville Produce has what you're looking for. Stop into Cokeville Produce for homegrown pumpkins, corn stalks, Indian corn, gourds, straw, and fall mums. Of course, Cokeville Produce also has the freshest fruits and vegetables. Be sure to order a meat, cheese, fruit, or veggie tray for your next party. And check out their fruit baskets too. Cokeville Produce, Route 217 South Blairsville. Open daily from 9 to 6. Like their page on Facebook.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. Like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision too. That's why State Farm agent Sarah Crispin Thomas is right here in Latrobe to help you select the right protection at the right price. Sarah will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Another kickoff by Doprak, and this one heading toward the sideline, and it is going to be fielded. It stayed in bounds. And is that Gurgley again? Man, he's fielded every one of the Trojan kickoffs. There's been a lot of them in the first quarter, Espo.
Yes, a lot of kickoffs, and I think you're right. Max's leg and foot's going to get tired tonight.
His kickoffs, I don't know if it's planned or what, but every one of them have a hook to it. Almost like
will take over on their own
Dr. Forensics drive sometime when he's off the tee box. No, he's a pretty good golfer, that guy. He's up here with his son again. Taking this one in on senior night. Just got me a water. Probably wants to take it back now after that comment. Schaefer will throw, flag down, and he's running for his life again. His pass is incomplete to the sideline.
I think that's going to be on Derry in the neutral zone.
That's going to end the quarter either way. So we'll step out, and when we come back, we'll hear from Coriana Whiteman on the sideline. Let's take a 30-second timeout and be back with the Trojans leading 27-6 here on WSN.
Some people think that coins become wishes. We think they can become something better. Teaching children the value of saving isn't just about money. It's about giving them the tools to imagine, plan, and soar. At Ameriserve, we're here to help them start their journey, beginning with a SOAR savings account. Because when we teach them to save, we're teaching them to dream.
All right, well, we're back. They're going to run an untimed down here as Schaefer will give the football off to Gurgley for a couple maybe. That's it. At the end of the quarter, I don't understand. If the quarter ran out, it's only the first quarter. That should have been the penalty, and then the end of the quarter. But that means we're not going to take a 30-second timeout because we already did. So the Trojans lead at 27-6. Let's go down to the sideline, and let's go down to Coriana Whiteman. On the sideline, what do you got for us, Coriana?
Hi, I am Coriana Whiteman down here on Trojan Stadium, where our Derry area Trojans are leading 27-6 against the Yough Cougars. So far, we've had an action-packed first quarter with Levi Haas having an amazing interception, leading to Derry scoring first in this game. Back to you, Flick.
Thank you so much. Great job. She's a natural, isn't she?
She's very good.
She's a natural.
You know, the next Hannah Mears and Erin Andrews, possibly.
Yeah. I'm sure she's going to get happy with that. She's going to want to do it all the time. That's okay.
That just adds to a great production.
Yeah, no question.
I'm trying to remember one play to the next, and she remembered Levi Haas's pick, the third play of the game.
That's how it all starts. Want to say hello to Jeff Kelly, who is home again tonight. And Jeff, hope you're doing well, buddy. I know that talked to BJ earlier, wondering if you were going to be here tonight calling this one, but you're not, and I know you're going to be fine. Here's a little flea flicker action here, but nothing doing, and Pitzer with a big sack on Schaefer. Nobody open, and Schaefer had to eat that one. He saw 77 in his face.
You know, Pickle's like a big, gentle giant. He wrapped Schaefer up, and he kind of laid him down to the turf, you know. And, you know, that's just the kind of guy that Pickle is. And, you know, one of the greatest kids in the school, respectful, kind, and
he is.
Very funny,
is.
Very funny. You know, he is a Trojan.
And that guy at Greensburg-Salem called him a bum. We chuckled about that, my brother and I, like, you know, if he would only know him, just because of sacking the quarterback. Oh, my goodness. What a great kid, Pitzer. We joke about that all the time. Here's the pass, headed to the sideline, and Sarver, the intended receiver, wires the coverage. That is incomplete. Third down coming up.
Pass intended for number 1.
And again, want to say get well to Jeff, and hope you're feeling better soon. And I know he's sad that he couldn't be here tonight.
Yeah, Coach Kelly, you know, our thoughts are with you, and very strong-willed man that you are. You know, stay strong mentally, and you got this.
There's an injured Cougar down on the field. We'll hold it here for a moment. Max Doherty, by the way, 3 carries for 119 yards in this game. The Trojan offense is clicking literally on all cylinders. And,
you know, we were talking about Pickle.
Yeah. Tell me a story about Pickle.
I see these guys in school, you know, and I made sure it was okay with Coach Arone, and I put challenges up to the guys every week, you know. And I think it was the Salem game. I said, how about tonight, three sacks and 3 TFLs. So I'm down at Grandview, and I get an email, and it's from Dylan Pitzer. And he said, Coach, I had 6 sacks against Salem. And so I owe him a Subway for that one. But my reply was, Coach Arone said you only had 5.
Oh, that's great.
But to get an email from Dylan Pitzer, it kind of made my day right there.
Absolutely. He's really a great kid. And it was Schaefer, the injured Cougar. Sarver will punt. He kicks it straight up into the,
Get out of the way.
High sky here, the dark sky, I should say, as it's going to take a little bit of a roll for the Cougars, but not much. Trojans will have it at the Yough 31-yard line, and it just keeps getting worse for the Cougars, and hopefully Schaefer's okay. He did walk off the field. There's a flag down, by the way, right in the vicinity of kind of where that ball was punted. But the Trojans leading already 27-6. Trying to keep this score bug up, or not score bug, Hayden's doing that, but the score's reported. So that penalty will be against the Trojans, but they'll still have the football in Cougar territory. I'm going to say hello to Dave McCleary. Again, the whole crew up here. Tony Perla can chime in next. I miss Dave. He says, enjoying watching the game on Westmoreland Sports. Go Trojans. And boy, he said that many times as he would call out the Trojans from the locker room all those years. I say hello to Dave. Happy retired life, buddy. As Ricky Daniels gets the carry. Look at Ricky running hard. He's still on his feet. They're pulling him forward. Ricky's still going. And now they're going to throw a flag. I wonder. Yeah.
He's still going.
Yeah, but he's still going. But that's going to be a 15-yard. That's the thing. That's going to be a penalty against the Trojans for pulling him forward. But they wanted to pull him all the way to the end zone.
Well, it's senior night. They want to get him into some pay dirt.
He's still going.
That's what brothers are for.
That's right. Oh, goodness. Trojans having some fun right now, obviously. But last year at this time, they were not, as it was the Cougars doing this same thing to Derry area at Cougar Mountain last year. They didn't want the same thing to happen, and so far in this one, not the case. Trojans trying to get into the postseason for the first time since, well, a couple years ago, 2023. Coach, you remember that one? We've stuck you on the roof at McGuffey in the freezing cold up there, and you did a tremendous job on the camera that night. Trojans fell short.
Followed on the play, both by the offense. We have aiding the runner. That penalty has been declined. The second flag.
Aiding the runner again.
Blocking the back, number 11 on the offense. That's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. We will repeat first down.
All right, so multiple there.
That was a blindside block. Blindside block.
That's 15 yards, yeah. I still want to know how they gave him an untimed down, because it's like the OCD. I don't know what it is, but I'm just saying, like, why did they give an untimed down at the end of the first quarter? I don't understand that.
I have no clue about that either. And, how could they see the crack, the block in the back or whatever they just called when all 11 guys were pulling Ricky, or 10 guys were pulling Ricky down the field?
Yep. Well, it's the last game of the year, so there's allowed to be one light bulb burned out. It should be 1st and 10 to go for the Trojans. They've done a great job all season with the scoreboard. Another stoppage. Our Excella and Independence Health halftime report will feature Coriana's game break, and also Athletic Director Nick Raymond had a chance to sit down and talk with Nick yesterday about a few things. Obviously about the fall sports seasons, about the things going on around campus, and also the winter season, which is right around the corner. And I know a guy to my right that's ready for that. He's been working hard. The high school basketball season coming up soon. Pump fake by Sacco. They didn't bite on it, and it's intended for Sanders, and he can't make the catch. Rozier again down there on the coverage.
He's wide open on the first
pump.
Yeah.
Sanders falls incomplete.
Trying to get Colton a score, the senior.
On the coverage.
Second down and 10 for the Trojans. Not a real big crowd here tonight.
Not a big crowd, and I know one guy out on the West Coast, Tony Caviglia, is tuned in, and
Tony,
he never misses a Trojan sporting event.
He does not. Here's Max, and he'll fall forward for a pickup of about 4, maybe 5. Tackle was made by Gurgley. Also, Darius Stevenson was in on that. He's a 5'8", 165-pound sophomore, one of the leading tacklers on this Yough defense. Gurgley, the leading tackler. Trojans have a 3rd down and 8. Gurgley, by the way, 76 tackles, by far the leading tackler. 40 solo, 12 for loss. Only a sophomore. We talked about him as Sacco will get back there and throw, and he will throw his passes. Caught. He stood in there nice, and a good throw to Doprak. And Max should have a 1st down. It's really close. Yeah, they're going to bring the sticks forward, and it's a 1st down. And again, we talked about Anthony needing 120 yards tonight to become a 1,000-yard passer. And like I said, despite the Tim Sweeney era when the Trojans used to run it a lot, but got to Heinz Field and had those really good years. It's been since 2009 since the Trojans had a 1,000-yard rusher and passer in the same season.
Well, Anthony did a great job on that play. I was watching him. He checked down on that and made a nice throw out there in the flat.
Certainly that confidence is brewing. You know the competitiveness is there and the hard work. Here's Max with a big hole, and there goes Max Doherty. He's not going to be caught until he's inside the 5-yard line. He's finally taken down, and I think he wanted to take it in.
On the carry, brought down by number 3, Joey Bibby.
And I'm not quite sure. I'm not going to say this 100%, but I'm not quite sure if he couldn't have scored there.
You're reading my mind, Click, because as I saw him fall to the ground, there's something coming up on this play here. Max is that type of guy that would, he wants to. And we got look at the backfield.
That's what's going on.
Look at the backfield.
You can tell right away. Pitzer is the deep back. And there's Big Dylan. Touchdown, Trojans.
77.
Dylan Pitzer.
Oh, my.
In for the score. I had a feeling there's no way Max is going down with one guy and an arm tackle there. And he goes down, and Pitzer provides the touchdown run for the senior. Big number 77. Rumbling in. Really untouched.
He puts that on huddle. He might get a couple looks as a fullback or something other than a lineman or tight end, defensive end at the next level.
All right.
And now he's back at guard.
So what happened to the Trojans a year ago at Cougar Mountain is happening to the Cougars this year, as Doprak will miss this point after, and we have a 33-6 Trojan lead here in the second quarter. Step out. Be back after this on WSN.
Pit Stop Pizza in Sunoco across from Derry High School not only serves its legendary pizza, they offer so much more. With a fully loaded menu which includes their signature made-from-scratch gourmet burgers. Try their mouth-watering Moad Burger. 3 delicious 8-ounce Angus patties on a brioche bun, loaded with 6 slices of cheese and 9 pieces of crispy bacon. Pit Stop also offers Pennsylvania Lottery and all of your favorite beers and hard icings. With 5 flavors to choose from, Pit Stop Pizza and Sunoco reminds you to drink responsibly.
Back 8 for the Cougars. Gurgley and Sarver. Kicking for the Trojans, Max Dobrak.
Having some fun at Trojan Stadium tonight. Trojans are well on their way to qualifying for the postseason, and Pickle Pitzer gets a touchdown.
The big pickle.
Yep. Guess who caught that? That's Gurgley back there again, but Trojans might have been offside on the kickoff team. The only thing about a game like this is, and I think the coaches will tell you, especially all the experience down there, is before a playoff game, you kind of want to be tested a bit, right? In a way. I guess you can look at it the other way, too. You get to rest guys, in the second half and things like that. So you can look at it from that standpoint. But obviously, when we'll look at the standings at halftime, Coach, at some point, but you can speculate the Trojans might have to go back to Freeport again.
They might, and I mentioned that to Coach Arone today, but, this is the product of the body of work they put in all year, and they deserve a half like this and rest up in the second half, get some younger guys out there.
Nice return by Gurgley. He had a big hole on that left side there on the far side, and again it was the kicker Doprak who brings him down along with Carson. And Yough will have good field position here. Still 8 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Seems like a very long half, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Jeez.
But that's good news when you're winning the game. Last year, it was hard to broadcast that one. Nothing went right for the Trojans. This is a Wildcat now. Again, with Schaefer injured, they snap it directly to Gurgley, and he goes down at the line of scrimmage. Papuga and crew. And nice sportsmanship by Justin helping him up. Haas as well. Still see a little bit of a limp for Levi wearing that brace, but so good to see him back. I mean, even if he can just, obviously so big, take up space and make something happen, doesn't always have to make the tackle. But
and give a guys some breaks throughout the game, that could be key next week.
Possibly Freeport, possibly Highlands.
North Catholic.
Here's Gurgley again. It's wires all over him. That's Caden. He made the first hit, and his teammates come to the rescue as Donovan is one of them.
What was tough for the Yough offense is just got a lot tougher without Schaefer back here at quarterback. We had 2 plays and 2 yards.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard for Coach Benhofer and the Cougars now to really get much going as Haas comes off the field a little gingerly here, but the Trojans are subbing some different players into the lineup. Under 7 to play here in the first half. 3rd down, 7 to go. Again, the direct snap. He's going to throw it as Gurgley, and he launches this one up there. It's like a wounded duck up there, right? Coming back down and nothing there.
Oh, late flag from about 35 yards behind the play.
Well, listen, that's a break there because that ball was short, about 10 yards short of the return man. But
I think Dean Huss threw that flag.
They're going to call interference on the Trojans there. I'm going to look at this one. So a good break for the Cougars, however. That
ladies and gentlemen, the small
that was a gift, I think.
By the scoreboard is open.
Not really a catchable ball.
Drinks and chips. They also have pierogies.
Football will be spotted at the Trojan 36 after that 15-yard march off. It's waiting for a day where high school football changes the interference rule. Still always 15 yards, It's one thing they haven't done. Gurgley moved. Not called, and Gurgley's going to run the football and get yardage he runs over McNeil that time. And then Donovan brings him down. But a good run on first down. He moved early, though, prior to that snap. McNeil had him first, but Donovan made the tackle.
That play was enough for a Yough first down.
So Cougar first down. They have it at the 25-yard line of the Trojans. Touchdown pass from Schaefer to Bibby, the only scoring for Yough. Bujak will go to the left on a wing, and from the gun, the Wildcat, it's Gurgley again, and he breaks through the defense and picks up good yardage. So they're going with that Wildcat, and the Trojans right now aren't stopping it.
They're moving the ball with it, and Gurgley's going to, he's going to be involved in the play somehow, some way for the rest of this game.
It's one thing that I know Ben Hofer will not do is let his team give up, give in. They don't. They'll play till the end, and we're seeing that right now. Very easy to lay down when you're, not in the playoffs. It's your last game of the season. You just dropped 7 in a row, and you're down 33-6. But the Cougars are fighting, and they have the football in the red zone.
Well, knowing Yough, for many years through basketball and watching their football team, they're just like our kids. They're going to play hard to the final whistle, and they have nothing to lose tonight and everything to gain. So there's
Cougars timeout. We'll step out on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Some people think that coins become wishes. We think they can become something better. Teaching children the value of saving isn't just about money. It's about giving them the tools to imagine, plan, and soar. At Ameriserve, we're here to help them start their journey, beginning with a SOAR savings account. Because when we teach them to save, we're teaching them to dream.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
Gurgley carries the football. Pitzer makes the tackle, and there's a late flag after the whistle. So this will be some extracurricular of some sort, I believe. Was thrown after the whistle. Not much for Gurgley there as Dylan penetrated into the backfield.
Personal foul. 16 on the defense. Unnecessary roughness. That's half the distance.
They caught the freshman Huss. Huss. Freshman Huss. Oh, my goodness.
There will be a freshman Huss next year.
Yeah.
And there's a Huss on the sideline.
There is.
On each side of the field.
We talked about another Huss who cracked, was the last, well, he and Ahmad had 1,000 yards, the last two rushers, but Justin. That was McNeil, by the way, not Will Huss. Will McNeil.
You got Justin Huss on the Trojan sideline and on the coaching staff. Dean Huss running the chains, and Kim Huss on the couch.
And Huss Chiropractic, one of our fine sponsors for many years. As Gurgley will carry in, I think he went down to a knee, but no whistle. And now the whistles come. The Trojans meet him. Not much there, but a good fight by number 25 in white for the Cougars.
Stopped by a gaggle of Trojans.
Flick, I don't know if you are on Facebook, but I see Sophia Cromwell down there. She is a very good photographer. She takes great action photos and sideline shots.
Yeah.
She has a bright future ahead of her in photography.
Certainly does, and she came back from Aruba, right? That's where they were last week. I have to say hello to the Cromwell family who was in Aruba, I think, last week. So it's glad to see her back. Here's a pass over the middle. It's incomplete. Bujak, the intended receiver from Gurgley.
Pass intended for number 44, Don Kuzik. Coverage on a play by number 16, Will McNeil.
Yep.
That'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the Cougars.
Maybe it was just Lauren and Ryan that were in Aruba, but we got the email last week. Dan Flickinger sent it to me and said, watching the game from Aruba. You ever been to Aruba?
Never.
No? You've been to a lot of places before, though, right? A lot of warm.
A few, but never Aruba, never Hawaii.
Hayden's been to the Bahamas. Schaefer back in the game. His pass is intercepted. Trojans have it, and it's Doprak picking it off, just reading the eyes of Schaefer, and he runs it out of there to about the 12. And I think he has a cramp. He's cramping up a bit. He was excited about his interception. Now he's headed to the sideline. I hope that's all it is. With 4:02 left in the first half. Max gets the pick. Second interception of the night for the Trojans. The first one coming by way of big Levi Haas in that opening possession for the Cougars. Frank's going to enter the game for the Trojans on offense. It's Aiden Frank. He's really come on.
Yeah, he did. He got his first career touchdown last week.
Yes, he did. And it's Max with the carry. He's going to be swung down on the play by Gurgley, the leading tackler.
On the carry, brought down by number 25.
Pretty good yardage on first down. about 7, maybe 8, second down and short coming up for the Trojans.
Max ran that ball very hard. I don't know if they want to get Piper a touchdown, but if Max is close to the end zone, I don't know if he's going to stop next time.
We'll have our Independence Health System halftime report. We'll recap the first half. Talk with Athletic Director Nick Raymond. Coriana will have her game break, and she'll talk to Coach Arone coming out of the halftime locker room. Colton Sanders in the books as he makes the catch and gets up over the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Good job by Colton. His first year out playing football. Nice catch and run.
Mike Bobmar, but not before he
Anthony coming into this drive was 4 of 6 for 34 yards. So he adds to that collection. I don't know if he's going to hit that 120 mark tonight, especially with the score the way it is.
Yeah, it's going to be hard now.
He's going to throw it, though. Well, maybe right here.
Get a lot here. Interference.
Incomplete. No flags.
Yeah, here it comes.
Oh, yeah. No, that was a ball. No, there it is. There is. But it's up the field a lot further. You're right, at the 45. You're right. That was about 15 yards away from where the play ended. That pass, by the way, was intended for Anthony Frank, the brother of Aiden.
You know, this is what gets me. This penalty here, this pass interference, the one called against Derry, was called by officials that I would think is not in their area to call it.
Yeah.
And then when I'm on the sideline in basketball and I'm talking to an official, well, how can't you see that? Well, it's not my call. It's not my area. So I don't know what's going on here tonight.
They get Sarver on that one. I don't know what's going on either, but Trojans are dominating. We'll check some scores here in a moment. Here's Ricky Daniels on the jet sweep to the right. He's got running room, and there goes Ricky. He's tackled. Shoestring tackle by Sarver.
13, Ricky Daniels.
He has a first down, a new set of downs for the Trojans. Penn Trafford leads Latrobe 14-0 after 1 quarter of play. Tough season for the Wildcats. Will come to an end tonight. Norwin, big game. They and Mount Lebanon. That game also being broadcast on the Westmoreland Sports Network. They lead Mount Lebo 7-0 at the half. Central Catholic now leads Canon-Mac 24-3. Gateway 17, Hempfield area 7. Deer Lakes 21, Burrell 14. Those are halftime scores. Jeanette also leads Riverview 13-0. Here is JP with a big stiff arm, and there goes JP down the middle. He's rumbling and stumbling down inside the 15 to the 10. Oh, my goodness.
Justin Papuga on the carry.
That was a big run for JP.
Number 5,
you know, you got to love JP. After that stiff arm.
I'm going to show Espo here on this replay.
Whoops.
Wow. Yeah.
After that stiff arm, nice run. His hands are on his hips. Okay, Coach, what's up next?
Oh, my.
I know one thing. I think Chief Piantine, he's going to start get those sirens ready here.
You better have gassed up those trucks tonight. Not that it takes gas to run the lights, though, right?
No.
Sacco's going to throw for it. Out of the backfield, it's caught. Let's see if Daniels can get in. He's going to. Ricky Daniels into the books for a Trojan touchdown. So getting all the seniors involved in the action tonight. And only the chemistry teacher and the math teacher can do that, right? Only the guy who can figure out how to get everybody the ball in the right time can do that.
Well, it's just a great gesture to the seniors.
Absolutely.
It's a great night for the seniors, and we're not even at halftime yet, but, you know, seeing everyone touch the football, especially the seniors, and getting in the end zone and you know, just having some fun.
Referring to Coach Ox and the plan of attack here, the game plan. And so far it's worked out as Papuga has scored, Daniels scored, Doprak has scored tonight, all seniors. Frank comes in motion, and Sacco this time will throw back to the right, and it's caught by Sanders. Another senior.
Number 1, Colton Sanders.
And he was open, and boy, Anthony put that right where he needed to. 39-8. Trojans will be back for the remainder of the second quarter, first half of this game after these messages.
Yough Cougars 6.
Pit Stop Pizza in Sunoco across from Derry High School not only serves its legendary pizza, they offer so much more. With a fully loaded menu which includes their signature made-from-scratch gourmet burgers. Try their mouth-watering Moad Burger. 3 delicious 8-ounce Angus patties on a brioche bun, loaded with 6 slices of cheese and 9 pieces of crispy bacon. Pit Stop also offers Pennsylvania Lottery and all of your favorite beers and hard icings. With 5 flavors to choose from, Pit Stop Pizza and Sunoco reminds you to drink responsibly.
Trojans by 35, and of course 35 points will be the running clock if that's the way it stays. By the end of the first half, we'll have a running clock the entire second half. As Max will kick off, and it's who else? Johnny Gurgley from the 20. Slips and stays on his feet, though. Boy, he runs hard, 35-yard line.
A lot of respect for that young man.
Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing him.
Look at the scoreboard, 41-6, and he's grinding it out there.
As I mentioned several times, I'll mention it again, just a sophomore, and of course, quarterback Schaefer, only a junior. But again, you can have the skilled guys back. It's all about what happens up front, what your offensive and defensive lines are like. I want to thank Lorenzo Coda and Hayden Flickinger tonight. Production and camera. Coach Espo stepping in for Coach Lisinski tonight, who's watching in. And Coriana Whiteman, who has fouled one sideline report. You'll hear her game break, and then she'll talk to Coach Arone coming out of the half as Gurgley takes the snap, and there he goes to the 30. I should say the 40. For about 3 yards as Haas is there to make the tackle.
Levi Haas. Gain of 4 on the play.
Yeah, so again, Coach, you look at, it's always fun to look at the pairings. Now, they're going to come out tomorrow. So it's used to have to wait till Monday before the WPIL made their rulings on the football playoff pairings. And a lot of that's because the wild cards are into play, too. You got to pick the wild cards. But at least it gives the teams a whole week to prepare.
And I was going to say, it gives them the weekend to exchange films and get the film study done and, have four days of practice.
Again, it's Gurgley. Going to be short of a first down. Third down coming up. Cougars not doing anything in the way of trying to use any timeouts here.
Gurgley on the carry.
See if they even
brought down again by number 63.
They don't have to run another play here, and I don't know if they will.
The sideline looks like they're
walking. Yeah.
Third down and 2 with 20 seconds left to go in the half.
No, they are. They're pulling them off. They're not even going to run another play. All right. Schaefer going to? Nope, we're down to 9 seconds. So we will welcome you to the Independence Health System halftime show here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Expert care. Here, our halftime score, Trojans 41, Cougars 6. And we'll be back right after these messages.
My name is Katie Kostick. While I was breastfeeding my daughter, I found a lump and immediately went to meet with my OBGYN, where we discovered abnormal tissue that ultimately led to my cancer diagnosis. Independence Health System was amazing with me during my care. I feel like they're compassionate and caring. You can feel when a doctor cares about you. It's like seeing an old friend at this point. I'm Katie, and I got expert care here at Independence Health System.
Hey Trojan fans, this is Mike Moxenchuk, president of the Derry Area Education Association. The DAEA would like to wish the Trojan football team, cheerleaders, and marching band best of luck this season. We strive to make a difference in our students' lives and prepare them for the challenges and successes that lie ahead. The Derry Area Education Association. Every student, every day, we make a difference.
Industrial Packaging Supplies in Blairsville specializes in product protection for all shipping needs. IPS is one of the largest manufacturers of industrial shipping reels and converters of interleaf papers in the Northeast United States. Industrial Packaging Supplies also features a variety of boxes, tape, flow pack peanuts, and corner protectors. Industrial Packaging Supplies, Westinghouse Road, Blairsville. Call 724-458-8299.
The dental office of Doctors Hansen and Torba is excited to offer our patients same-day crowns with CEREC by Sirona. With the integration of CEREC, ceramic crowns can now be accomplished in just one visit and without a temporary. Doctors Hansen and Torba is also proud to offer our Patient Appreciation Program for patients who don't have dental insurance. Just pay the annual enrollment cost and enjoy incredible discounts on everything from cleanings to root canals. Doctors Hansen and Torba, Route 217, Derry Township.
Barclays Dairy King has portions so big you may want to share them with a friend or share them with your brother.
Hey, that's my strawberry milkshake!
Maybe not. Barclays Dairy King has been serving up the tastiest ice cream to the dairy community for over 40 years. Stop in and try one of our delicious sundaes, our legendary banana split, or our soft serve ice cream in a cone littered with sprinkles.
Okay, you can have some.
Barclays Dairy King, West 4th Avenue in Derry.
And we welcome you back to Trojan Stadium for the Independence Health System halftime report. John Flickinger, Tom Esposito with you. 41-6. The Derry area Trojans looking to get into the postseason with a victory tonight, and they are certainly well on their way, leading by 35 at the half. Let's take a look at how this whole thing unfolded. The Cougars took the opening kickoff, and, they were intercepted as Schaefer's pass, a screen pass, was picked off for the Trojans. Coming in there was Levi Haas, back after injury, and he gets the pick, a rare pick by a defensive lineman, but he was able to pull it in and take it back, and as Coach Espo said, even spiked the ball. He was so excited. But it set up the Trojans at the Yough 39-yard line, and it was 2 plays later, a 20-yard touchdown run by Max Dobrak. His point after attempt was no good, however, and the Trojans led 6-0 with 9:25 remaining in the quarter. First quarter, I should say. A lot of scoring here in the first quarter. And then it was the Trojans getting the football back. They had it at the 32-yard line of the Trojans. 3 plays and a 62-yard touchdown run. It was 68 yards on the drive overall, but Max Doherty took it from 62. And Dobrak's extra point was good. And the Trojans put another touchdown on the board, and they led 13-0. And again, just 3 plays on that drive. Trojans would score again in the first quarter. They would get the football at their own 45-yard line, and the 4-play 55-yard drive would be capped off by a Caden Wires 1-yard touchdown run. He took it down to the 1 on a nice run, and he got the football again, scored the touchdown. Max's kick was good, and the Trojans led 20-6 at that point. And then it was the Trojans again getting on the board to make it 27-6. This time it was Sacco hitting Papuga out in the flat on a 4-yard touchdown pass. Justin gets into the end zone. Dobrak makes the extra point, and it's 27-6 Trojans. That was a 5-play drive, just a 20-yard drive for the Trojans there. And then the Yough Cougars would score a touchdown. And their touchdown coming on a pass from Schaefer. And that was actually earlier in the game, Schaefer's pass. And I see it on this side. Coach Espo keeping the drive summary. I appreciate it. A 15-yard touchdown pass from Schaefer to Bibby. A 6-play, 52-yard drive. And at that time, it was a 13-6 game. So the Cougars did make it 13-6 on that touchdown from Schaefer to Bibby. And then the Trojans would add another one. This time it was Dylan Pitzer, the pickle, a 2-yard touchdown run as Doherty ran it down inside the 5, and he kind of went down, I think, to give Pitzer the opportunity. Coach Milan gives him the football. 7 plays, 69-yard drive. It's 33-6, point after no good. And then the Trojans would finish it off with a Sacco to Daniels, another senior, 10-yard touchdown pass. And then on the 2-point conversion, Sacco hits Sanders for the 2-point play. That was a 6-play drive for the Trojans, covering, is that right, 90 yards?
Yes, it was.
On that drive, yeah, they started at the 10-yard line. You're right. And Sanders caught the pass, and he goes in for the 2-point conversion. And that sets the score at 41-6 in favor of the Trojans. Nice to see Colton get on the board as well. So that's it for the first half, Coach. And I'll tell you, man, what a dominating performance, as we kind of thought it might be for the Trojans, other than cleaning up maybe a couple penalties. The one drive I know Coach Mold's not going to be happy about, but the bottom line is they're doing what they need to do.
Well, Yough surprised them there with the first play of the game, and that got them some good field position. But Derry's doing what they needed to do tonight and come out in the first quarter and the first half, and dominate on both sides of the ball. And it's nice that the ball's being spread around to everybody, and all the seniors are, touching it or getting into the end zone. I think Anthony Sacco is doing a great job checking down receivers, and he's throwing the ball nice and sharp tonight. Colton Sanders, it's a shame that he's a senior because he has great hands and good athlete, and he seems to know what he's doing just playing the game for 1 year, and he has some nice catches. So it was a nice first half for the Trojans, and I think we're going to see some JV players get some time tonight. Hopefully we can get through this injury-free, so we can have a good practice week. That's going to be very important.
Yep.
If these younger guys play the entire half, which I expect, they have to have 4 good days of practice, and they need guys out there.
Yep, no question. That's a great point. Excellent. 41-6 is our score. We'll continue, and we'll hear from Athletic Director Nick Raymond coming up next here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
D'Annunzio's has been making family favorites for almost 50 years. Of course, we have our classic pizza, pasta, and chicken dishes, but we also have luncheon and dinner specials selected by our kitchen staffs. We welcome you to join us at any of our 3 locations, Jeanette, Monroeville, and Latrobe. We're open 7 days a week. D'Annunzio's is on social media too. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and visit our website, DeNunzio'sRestaurant.com.
At Building Bodies Fitness Center on Pandora Road, we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Always here to help you reach your fitness goals. Experience the power of our trademark Top Gun Fitness program.
D'Annunzio's has been making family favorites for almost 50 years. Of course, we have our classic pizza, pasta, and chicken dishes, but we also have luncheon and dinner specials selected by our kitchen staffs. We welcome you to join us at any of our 3 locations, Jeanette, Monroeville, and Latrobe. We're open 7 days a week. D'Annunzio's is on social media too. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and visit our website, DeNunzio'sRestaurant.com.
At Building Bodies Fitness Center on Pandora Road, we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Always here to help you reach your fitness goals. Experience the power of our trademark Top Gun Fitness program. Led by Trojans alum Sean Horwath. From group personal training to youth fitness and sports-specific training, we've got something for everyone. Try our legendary group fitness classes, Zumba, cycling, step yoga, and so much more. Building Bodies Fitness Center, proudly supporting the Derry Trojans.
And we welcome you back to the Independence Health System halftime report here on the Westmoreland Sports Network Expert Care. Here, and one of the experts here at Derry area is our athletic director, and he is Nick Raymond. And we finally have a chance, Nick, to sit down and talk a little bit. So how's everything been going? And welcome to WSN here for this evening.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me. Everything's been going well. I appreciate it, and look forward to the conversation.
So you go through all of the things you have to do as an athletic director. I know you're super busy, and now it becomes football season, and it starts in the off season, but August is when the season starts. And here we are in the final week of the season. It's crazy how quickly these seasons go, isn't it?
It is. It's 10 weeks of the regular season, multiple weeks of camp. Like you said, it starts in June, really, not counting all the lifting and everything they're doing all year long. But yeah, it's a long season, but it goes fast.
Talk about your relationship, not only with the athletics here at Derry area, but I know you have one with Mike Arone and his team playing tonight with a chance to get to the WPIAL playoffs. You both went to Homer Center High School. You're a little younger than he is, just a little. But anyway, just talk about that and how that's been.
Yeah, so we won't make a comment on what the age gap truly is, but I'll do that for Coach Arone. I'll leave that out. But no, I've known Coach Arone for a long time. Coached with him for 10 years or so at Homer Center. He might not embarrass me saying it, but he actually coached me at Homer Center. We're both, alumni, and he was, one of the reasons I came here is he gave me a heads up this job was open. So, I owe a lot to Coach Arone. He's been an influence in my life, and, I know he is on these kids and on his team and in the school in general.
So when you look at the team and you look at the way the football, we'll talk about that first here, is going, what a season for them to, they went through a little hardship there after the Indiana game. They lost a couple, but then they were able to get it back. And to think that we have a chance to get to the playoffs already, you're probably thinking ahead already. Who are we going to play possibly if they can pull it off?
Yeah, no, it's great. Like you said, last year they kind of had a little bit of a downswing and didn't rebound as well. And this year they remedied that. They had a couple game downswing. They've bounced back. They have a chance tonight to end the season on a nice winning streak before going to the playoffs. And again, Shuttle being a little bit newer to the WPIAL and how they do things, we're hoping to get as high a seed as possible, but apparently we'll know tomorrow.
How about those numbers out there? We're going to talk about what the maintenance has done and what some of the improvements of the facilities. But tonight for senior night, the numbers painted blue and gold with the white, trim. That's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah, I have to give a lot of credit to Ken Main and his staff. Ken's our facilities director, for those who don't know, and our ground staff in general. They've done a phenomenal job. The little details like the logo in the center of the field, and like you mentioned, the painted numbers for tonight is just phenomenal. The maintenance plans, the care they put into place there's a lot that goes into it. It's not as simple as just hopping on a mower, the day before the game. There's a lot of pre-planning, and I relish in the opportunity to be involved in that as well with Ken, his maintenance staff, and I appreciate everything they do for us.
I know you wear many hats here and do a lot of things, but there's been a lot of improvements made around the campus and, more planned in the future. Talk a little bit about what has been done. I know that the stadium entrance has been fantastic all year. You've heard nothing but, good stuff, but kind of what's in the future, like what's in the plans and how are things going with all of that?
Sure. Yeah. And again, credit to Ken Main and his staff as well for helping me in all those things, or me helping them, however you want to put it. But yeah, the entrance, and that was something that the former AD Brett Miller had. He was a big part of that planning as well. I was kind of here near the end of it, but did have a hand in it. Something with just simple as changing the paint of the field. We replaced basketball hoops in the middle school. We're doing a lot of updated branding. We're going to be installing a batting cage down between the softball and baseball field soon. We just got that ordered. We installed a brand new automatically raised and lowered batting cage in the auxiliary gym, which was a big need that we had. We're making upgrades to the fitness center. And man, you put me on the spot here. There's definitely
that's a lot
things
already, Nick. That's a lot of things being done. Yeah.
There's definitely more to be planned, and we're getting some new equipment as well. We just got something to help with the baseball, softball fields, and other things. Again, that helps us update the facilities we do have.
Now, as we wind down on the fall season, we've had several teams participate in fall season sports here at Derry. Maybe talk a little bit about how our sports did and how things are going there.
Yeah, sure. So everything's about done here, except with the exception of football. Volleyball, unfortunately, just lost in their second game of the playoffs, but they had a great season. They lost to the number 1 seed, Oakland Catholic, so no shame there. Tennis had some individual qualifiers. Our cross-country team just finished Thursday at the WPIAL Championships. I do not believe we have anybody moving on to states, but they had a really successful year. Trying to think what else. Obviously football, we're waiting to see where we land. But no, there's been a lot of positive momentum, I think, through the fall. leading into, sooner or later, I don't want to bring it up yet, but winter sports will be here just around the corner. We're trying to get everybody into that fitness center, get everybody lifting with our new strength and conditioning coach, John Bell. He's been a great addition to our staff, and something we're really trying to push here is to get in that fitness center, get lifting in the off season.
I was going to ask you about John, but you just mentioned it.
Yeah.
I think that's a very important thing that's happening here at Derry area, to have somebody in there to do that, consistently as we speak. It takes some time off the coaches too. It takes some pressure off the coaches when you have somebody in there to do that as well. I wanted to mention the soccer team won, I believe, their last 2 games.
Yes.
Fantastic. I'm not sure if you mentioned that or not. And then the golf team, they're young this year, but they were also out there competing.
Mm-hmm.
So just
thank you for bringing that up. Sorry, I didn't have the list in front of me, but no, you're right. We want to mention everybody, and they both had great seasons in their section as well.
Well, I know it's close to winter time, and you said you didn't really want to bring that up, but we're there. We're there, and now we start. We have our other seasons, with wrestling, and we have a lot of high hopes there. Our basketball teams, I know the boys basketball team, they've been working out like crazy. The girls basketball team, we have a new coach. So maybe you can elaborate briefly on what's coming up here in the winter time.
Sure. Yeah. Just to start with kind of what we're more familiar with, wrestling, like you said, high expectations for this year for the team and individuals. Everybody's excited to see what the season's going to be for them. Boys basketball, again, 2 years ago, making that state run last year, playoff qualifier, have a lot of those guys back. Coach Esposito, I know, has been working those guys out all summer. We're all very excited for our basketball season. And for the girls, hiring a new coach, Coach Ron Moore, he has a ton of experience. I think he's going to bring a good positive attitude to the girls team. Again, he just newly got hired, but he has a lot of experience coaching girls high school basketball. He was at Washington High School a few years ago, and he played in college, has been coaching for 20-some years. So he'll be a nice addition, and I think we'll have a positive impact on our girls basketball team.
When you look at our gym, 1957, it's lonely up there. Mm-hmm. That was the last time a Derry area basketball team, boys, won a section title. And I know they've had some really good years, and we followed them in the playoffs, state playoffs, and so on. But maybe this will be the year, Nick. Maybe.
Yeah, hey, I hope so. I don't want to put too much pressure on Coach Espo, but yeah, I know it's not out of the realm of possibility. Put 4 more digits up on that banner. So let's hope that could happen. But again, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. And also want to give a shout out to Coach Kelly. Should be coming back here for swimming and diving. And they graduated a lot of seniors, but I know they should. I'm sure we'll have them prepped and ready to roll.
And you took the words right out of my mouth, because I was going to end with Coach Kelly. And I'm glad you said it. Yeah, no, absolutely. So nice to see Jeff coming back, and good things for them. He's been a great coach over several years. So let's finish out here. And by the way, Coach Espo can take the pressure. He's a veteran.
That's what you pay him for, right?
Exactly. So let me finish with this. I know that, we like to play those games. I know the Trojans are going to pull this win out tonight. They're going to get to the playoffs. Who are they going to play, Nick? Who do you think?
Man, again, being newer to the WIPIAL and seeing how these things shake out, I'm probably not the best person to ask, but everything you're kind of seeing and reading is like a North Catholic, a Highlands, Freeport, something along those lines. So I'm really not, the best person maybe to make that guess, but we'll take whoever they give us, and we're going to prepare and work as hard as we can to get a win.
Well, I guarantee you've at least been looking at it, because I know how you ADs work.
Yeah, well, you have to look ahead a little bit. You try to stay in the moment, but privately you have to look ahead.
That's right. Hey, you've done a great job, man, and you continue to. And so nice to finally get a chance to do this. I know you're busy all the time, and we're able to give me 15 minutes or so to do this. So
no
thanks
problem.
so much.
Much appreciated, and thank you for all you do, broadcasting and putting our kids out there.
Thanks, Nick. We'll talk to you soon.
See you later.
That is Derry Area Athletic Director Nick Raymond. And when we continue on our Independence Health System halftime report, Coriana Whiteman will have our final game break of the season as you're watching Derry Area High School football as they take on the Yough Cougars on senior night, and only here on WS. John Flickinger back with you as you heard from Nick Raymond. And a Trojan lead here at the half, 41-6 over the Yough Cougars, trying to punch their ticket into the WPIAL playoffs. And we'll talk about some of the teams here in the second half that they might see in that first round. We'll also check some scores and some stats, but Coriana is ready to catch up with the head coach of the Trojans, Mike Arone, down on the sideline. Let's go down to Coriana.
So I am here with Coach Arone at the half. So, Coach, we've seen some amazing work by the Trojans in the first half. How do you feel about how they performed?
Yeah, I thought our guys played really hard. They executed the game plan that we wanted them to execute and did what we wanted them to do. So we're pleased with our first half performance.
Yeah, of course. In the second quarter, we saw an interesting show of teamwork between Ricky Daniels and Aiden Piper. How do you feel about that? How did you react?
Absolutely. It was great. Unfortunately, it's a penalty. You're not allowed to do that, what Aiden did. But what a great run by Ricky, a really hard run. I was just glad he didn't fumble, and I was proud of his effort.
Yeah, of course. And it is senior night here tonight, and we have 9 seniors moving on after this season. Do you have any memories you would like to with this team?
Just the whole season. These seniors are they've been phenomenal, good leaders. We tried to get them involved, and we got a lot of them involved on offense, and we're really going to miss them, and they've done great things for our program and to teach our young guys, how leaders should act, and we're real proud of them.
Yeah, of course. It was great talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you, Flick.
All right, Coriana, thank you so much. Great job. Excellent. And Coach Arone said it best right there, that the seniors, and again, this attitude of this team all season long, and now a chance to play in the postseason, and I would assume they would hold on to this one tonight. Let's look at some quick stats here, then Coriana's going to give us a little game break of what happened around the campus this week prior to the second half. Max Doherty, 6 carries for 148 yards and a touchdown. Anthony Sacco, 6 of 8, 53 yards and a couple of touchdowns. And for the Cougars, Aiden Schaefer, 3 of 8, 65 yards and a touchdown to go with 2 interceptions. And Gurgley, 12 carries for 35 yards. Total yards, the Trojans 315, the Cougars 103, and the Trojans 262 yards rushing, only 38 for the Cougars. And thanks to Bob Lisinski, who's in Maryland, Harrisburg, where is he? I can't even remember. He's one of the great. Wherever he is, he's out of state, but he's still watching and still doing the stats. And I appreciate you too, Tom, doing the drive summaries here in the first half.
Well, I appreciate Bob doing the stats because I couldn't do everything that Bob does. He's very good at what he does, and I'm just trying to do my best with the drives.
And you're doing great. Let's go back to Coriana. She came back up here. You did a great job, by the way, kiddo. I mean, fantastic with Coach Arone. Talk about what happened around campus this week, our Trojan game break. So go ahead, you can. Yep.
Hi, I am Coriana Whiteman bringing you this week's Trojan game break. It was a very exciting week for Derry girls varsity volleyball. We had some WPIAL playoff action. In the preliminary round, Derry faced Franklin Regional, and the Trojans really came out strong, sweeping the match 3-0. Our final scores were 25-13, 25-20, and 25-18. Adeline O'Hanlon led the attack with 6 kills, while Haley Myers and Julia Mucci added 5 each. Alexa DeRazio and Madison Repack chipped in 3 apiece. From the service line, Callie Hennigan tallied 4 aces, and O'Hanlon added 3. Defensively, Cassidy Dunlap recorded 5 digs and 16 assists, with Hennigan close behind at 12 assists. DeRazio also contributed 3 blocks. In the first round, Derry moved on to face Oakland Catholic, falling in 3 sets. Myers led with 3 kills, while Repack and Mucci each had 2. Hennigan notched 8 assists, and DeRazio had 3 blocks. It was really a strong postseason showing and great effort from these Lady Trojans. Last Saturday, Kylie Lohman and Coriana Whiteman wrapped up the middle school cross-country season at the Lock Haven University Middle School Championship meet. Both runners finished strong. Whiteman placed 36 out of 109 runners with a time of 12:55, and Kylie was right behind her in 37th, clocking in at 12:59. An outstanding finish to a great season for our middle school runners. Our high school cross-country teams wrapped up the 2025 cross-country season at the WPIAL Championships at White Oak Park, battling tough competition and giving it their all in their final race of the year. For the boys, Derry placed 23rd out of 31 teams, led by Hayden Hood with a strong 17 minutes and 47 seconds, earning 51st out of 227 runners. Jordan Gill finished in 1931, followed by Frank Orzechowski at 1943, Derek Dowdrick at 2025, and Sawyer Newhouse closing out his season with a 22:06. For the girls, Derry took 19th out of 27 teams. Addison Hood led the way with a 21:54, placing 60th overall and in the top 10 among freshmen. She was followed by Eliana Morosky with a personal best 22:47, Lucy Laux in 23:51, Ashlyn Corbett at 24:45, and Danielle Marsh at 25:08. Congratulations to all of our runners on a fantastic season. Now attention to all Derry area athletes. Winter sports registration is now open. Be sure to sign in to your Big Teams accounts to register before November 14th. For the Westmoreland Sports Network, I'm Coriana Whiteman, and this was your Trojan Game Break.
And as usual, beautifully done. Thank you, Coriana, all season long for the great job that you've done for us for several years. How many years is this now? Right? Is this 5? 4 or 5? Or Mom, Caitlin doesn't even remember. I mean, this has been a while, and I know the hard work you guys put in that because you're so active right now and doing so many things. It's hard to get everything settled and done. But thank you so much, and a great job on the sideline as well. We'll get you down there for after the game too, if you'd like to, with Coach Arone. As Parker Petrosky's in the game now, a quarterback, and his throw towards Sanders is going to be intercepted by Rozier. And Rozier brings it back to the 22-yard line.
Pass by number 17, Parker Petrosky.
So a lot of new faces, Coach, into the game tonight. But again, we thank Coriana for all her hard work this season. A lot going on more than just football around campus. And as she said, winter sports registration is on the way. I feel your heart beating a little faster right now.
Yeah, we're just a few weeks away.
Yep. That interception gives the Cougars the ball. Let's see what they do. They're going to stay with their first teamers out there, which is fine, obviously. Early third quarter. Running clock here in the second half. Thanks to Hayden Flickinger for keeping that all straight. As the Cougars will have it, and Gergley will take the direct snap, and he has a hole off the right side. Not much of one, though, and he fights his way with extra effort. And, again, we're going to try to get as many of these names as possible. Bottom of the pile there, Alex Bisset, number 70 for the Trojans, 6 foot, 270-pound junior, was hanging on to Gergley.
Gergley on the carry, brought down by number 68.
And, again, with the Trojans headed to the postseason after this one, as much rest as possible is good.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Get the watch these younger players play in the second half. Rest up over the weekend, get some film study in.
Schaefer did come back for one pass play when he got injured. Here's Gergley up the middle, and Gergley's going to head to the end zone. He scores. Hardly touched.
Gergley calls his own number.
And Gergley will score the touchdown for the Cougars. That's 6 on the season for him on the ground, and it's a 41-12 game as the clock continues to run here with the running clock, and the Cougars on the board again. As Sarver will not attempt this time. He will hold for this point after, and the kicker this time is going to be, he's kicked some this year, Aiden McDonough, a 5'10 junior. He's going to try it. And wow, he got a lot of that one. Nicely. And McDonough knocks it through. 41-13 in favor of the Cougars. Let's step out here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Be back after this.
6 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Fall is here, and Cokeville Produce has what you're looking for. Stop into Cokeville Produce for homegrown pumpkins, corn stalks, Indian corn, gourds, straw, and fall mums. Of course, Cokeville Produce also has the freshest fruits and vegetables. Be sure to order a meat, cheese, fruit, or veggie tray for your next party. And check out their fruit baskets, too. Cokeville Produce, Route 217 South Blairsville. Open daily from 9 to 6. Like their page on Facebook.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. Like picking the perfect accent rug, or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Sarah Crispin-Thomas is right here in Latrobe to help you select the right protection at the right price. Sarah will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The kickoff was fielded on two knees by Anthony Quidetto. So the Trojans will take over at their own 20 on this second possession. The time will fly by now, Coach. Already 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Parker Petrosky still at the quarterback. He's got Quidetto to his left. And Anthony will get the carry, and he's got running room off the right side to the 25-yard line for a pickup of 5 on first down.
Number 23, Anthony Quidetto on the
tackle was made by Darius Stevenson, the 5'8", 165-pound sophomore. Scores of some other games. Norwin 14, Mount Lebanon 7 in the third quarter. Southmoreland 35-0, leading Greensburg-Salem. That's also in the third period. The Scotties trying to bounce back, finish their season 9-1 after that loss to EF in dominating fashion, by the way. The Warriors beat them up last week. Here's Quidetto again, and again it's Stevenson, 22, and also
number
Bibby.
23, Quidetto on the carry, brought down by number 22, Darius Stevenson.
Nice little cut there by Quidetto.
Yeah, he had a couple nice runs in, I believe, it was one of the games he got in. I think it was EF when the Trojans were down. They were playing some younger players, and he had a couple nice runs. Penn Trafford leads Greater Latrobe 21-7 early in the third quarter. Char Valley 38, Ringgold nothing. You all care about that score. Sometimes I read these and think, I don't know if our listeners really care so much about that. But Jeanette 19, Riverview nothing in the third. Petrosky will hand off again, and it's Quidetto spun around and taken down. He's going to be short of a first down. Be fourth down coming up. And Bobnar makes the tackle there, number 10.
Quidetto on the carry, met by number 10, Mike Bobnar.
We have the cheerleaders down here in front of us. They have a competition Sunday at Hempfield.
Yeah, they've been tremendous all season, too. The marching band, I know we've had them on several times, looks at the cheerleaders on camera. I mean, just all the hard work put in. Dr. Perry,
there's a first
Mrs.
down.
Bushy, Mrs. Angus, and all of them, yeah. Was it Yough in the neutral zone, or did we jump first? It's going to be neutral zone.
Defense.
Yeah. Wow, that gives them a first down, yes. So a new set of downs for the Trojans, and the clock just keeps on running. I want to thank Barry Brazili tonight, who brought the food up here. He always does that in that last game of the year, hot sausage and pasta salad. Hayden had 2 plates. He's a grown boy over here. He just gave me a dirty look. Did you have any of that stuff, Coach? I did. It was really good. I was the first one to have a hot sausage salad.
I didn't have one yet, but I'm going to have one after the game.
Running around the right side, Yuschak down the sideline. Andrew Yuschak is going to get taken down at the 24-yard line with a flag.
There's a horse collar.
The freshman, 5'9", 130 pounds. He got to the corner. He turned it.
Number 3, Joe Bibby.
He put some jets on there, right?
Penalty on the play.
Should be an extra personal foul added to that run. Boy, these kids have to be so excited. The young guys that never get a chance to play in the varsity games out here on a Friday night.
Face mask under defense. Half the distance to the goal.
It'll be a half the distance penalty. The Trojans will be well in the red zone. Final night of the regular season. Looks like it's going to wrap up with EF being the number 1 out of the interstate. Southmoreland number 2, followed by the Trojans at 3. Mount Pleasant still has a chance. I don't know. I haven't got that score. Oh, there it is. Ask and you receive. EF 41, Mount Pleasant nothing. So the Vikings will still have a shot at a wild card. Petrosky's going to throw this ball to Sanders. He makes the catch. He turns the corner. There's a flag down. It's coming back, but he doesn't get in. He's to the 4. The illegal block there out on the edge.
I think they're trying to get Colton in the end zone with a touchdown.
I think maybe Yuschak got his hand in the cookie jar that time after that long run, trying to make a block to spring Sanders.
Offense, number 10.
Nope. They're going to call. Well, it's not. Nah, they got the wrong number. Papuga's not still in the game. It's got to be 18, I believe.
JP just put his hands up on the sideline. Like, not me.
I haven't been in the whole second half. No, it was 18, but
Now, my bad. The previous are spotted foul.
that's okay. We have a lot of my bads over the years. So spot foul. It won't be from the line of scrimmage. Already a minute 33 and turning here in the quarter. Can't forget to tell you about our Player of the Week here on WSN, and Westmoreland on the Gridiron can be watched every week, every Wednesday at 7 o'clock on WSN. Sean Myers and Dan Flickinger. Here's the fake and the keep by Parker. Parker up the middle. He's headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Parker Petrosky gets in for the Trojans.
Number 17, Parker
He'll always remember that one.
Nice run by Parker. First year out for football. He's having fun. I talked to him in school. He loves the game of football, and he gets his first career touchdown.
He would not be denied. He saw the end zone there as Hayden showed me the replay up here on his cellular device. But, yeah. And the guys greet him. And these guys, listen, playing the game of football, you're on that scout team, right? So you're working hard all week trying to make these guys better. And you get an opportunity to get in there and play. Now they're going to go for two. Offset I formation. Fake. Petrosky looking back at the end zone. Pass too high, but a flag is down as well.
Talking to Parker today, he said that's one thing. 10 weeks I'm on that scout team. I'm getting hammered by Pitzer and Piper and JP, in practice, but he's learning. He's learning for next year.
Well, that pass was intended for Jaden Beeman. He's 6'3", but Parker was a little too high on that throw.
A little bit.
He needed to be about 6'6" to make that. But there was a flag on the play. It was against the Trojans. That penalty is declined, and the Trojans have a 47-13 lead. And we'll hold it here.
4385. And begin living a life.
Another kickoff coming up. The pairings will be tomorrow. The Trojans will find out who they play. Next week in the playoffs. And I want to mention that here's the deal with the playoffs next week and us.
For the Cougars, number 1, Ryan Sarver.
We will have the game for you on audio. Without question. There's no doubt we'll be there. We'll provide audio. The problem is the NFHS network has taken over the WPIL playoffs from start to finish. Usually they would give you a game. We cannot stream it to our platform, but we can stream it, if that makes sense. But you have to pay. And we're not charging you. And it's not a lot of money. It's like, what, $10, Tommy? Something like that?
Yeah, I think it's $10.
But, and that ball will go out of bounds, the kick. But you have to be a member of the NFHS network to be able to watch the game. If not, you can listen to it. But it'll still be us, and will still be our broadcast streaming. Now, the other thing that could possibly happen is if we go to Freeport, they have a broadcast team that would have the opening rights, and that's, I forget what it's called, High Tops or something like that. Because they had broadcast all Freeport games, they would only allow one to video stream. So, listening to all of that, and we'll have it on our website, but that's how it's going to kind of go. But we'll be there. There's no question about it. I just don't know in what capacity for next week, depending on who we play. There's not too many schools that have that. Here's Sarver on the catch, and he will get out of bounds at the 44. Schaefer's back in the game, by the way, at quarterback. He's sucking it up here, the junior. Sarver is a senior. This will be his last high school football game. That's the end of the third quarter. Let's take a timeout. Trojans 47, Cougars 13 on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Industrial Packaging Supplies in Blairsville specializes in product protection for all shipping needs. IPS is one of the largest manufacturers of industrial shipping reels and converters of interleaf papers in the Northeast United States. Industrial Packaging Supplies also features a variety of boxes, tape, flow pack peanuts, and corner protectors. Industrial Packaging Supplies, Westinghouse Road, Blairsville. Call 724-458-8299.
The dental office of Doctors Hansen and Torba is excited to offer our patients same-day crowns with CEREC by Sirona. With the integration of CEREC, ceramic crowns can now be accomplished in just one visit and without a temporary. Doctors Hansen and Torba is also proud to offer our Patient Appreciation Program for patients who don't have dental insurance. Just pay the annual enrollment cost and enjoy incredible discounts on everything from cleanings to root canals. Doctors Hansen and Torba, Route 217, Derry Township.
And we welcome you back live from Trojan Stadium with your score. The Derry area Trojans 47 and the Yough Cougars 13. As you can see, that pass was incomplete.
Sarver falls incomplete. That'll bring up a second down and 10.
He could have kept going, Espo. I told him to keep going.
I was waiting for him to ask if I was going to Dino's after the game.
He didn't even say his name. That was Hayden Flickinger, by the way, who wants to get into this business as well.
I think he has a good path ahead of him.
Yeah. Producing this one.
Who knows? It might be Hayden and Coriano on ESPN someday.
That's right. Here's a run to Gurgley, and he goes down. And it was Mason Link, number 25, one of the Trojans who were in on the tackle, the freshman, 5'10", 165-pounder. Also on the tackle is Frankie Longo, sophomore, 5'9", 220.
Brings up a third down and 10.
10 yards to go. Coriano will talk to Coach Arone following the handshakes after the game. Get a quick comment from him as Schaefer's going to run it to the right with Gurgley leading the way. And there goes Schaefer with good yardage and a first down for the Cougars as he's to the Trojan 29. A lot of new faces in there for Derry area, including Logan McCullough,
Schaefer on the carry,
who was down there on that tackle.
By number 26, Logan McCullough. That'll be enough for a
But, you know, again, just I know Coach is trying to keep these stats. He doesn't have all the running back numbers, so I try to give numbers as we go. I'm sure he has a roster there, but as we keep the stats for the team throughout the season, well, I don't. He does. I just get asked about them. Schaefer rolling right. Blystone, the pressure, and intercepted. Blystone applying the pressure. Cameron Beeman, number 7, the sophomore, picks it off. He's excited, is he not?
Number 7, Cameron Beeman.
Yes, sir. Good job, Camo.
It's just such a great night, you know. The seniors got their time in the first half, and they all did well, and some young guys coming up. You know, Parker with that nice touchdown run, and Cam Beeman with that. That was a nice pick on the sideline over there. And, you know, just a fun night for the Trojans.
Yeah, and for the Cougars, not so fun, but, you know, again, you know, we look back and we talked about it in the pregame. Last year, Yough won 55-14 on Cougar Mountain. Trojans returning the favor tonight. And Coach Arone made them aware of it. They knew it. Blystone will snap, I believe, 54 at center now. And here's the run to Quidetto, and he's taken down by number 6 for the Cougars. Get a number there.
Brought down by number 6, Ethan Pollock.
Pollock is a 6'3", 160-pound sophomore. Looking back, something we haven't talked about. The Trojans,
4 on the play, brings up a second down and 6.
All-time against the Cougars. I have this here. 29-15-1 all-time. They are 5-2 in the last 7 meetings. As this will be Sanders carrying. He lost the ball, I think. Oh, no, he didn't. He just got tackled in the backfield. Kind of a weird exchange back there. 63 back there for the Cougars. I don't have, that's actually Cash Smith, 5'11", 180-pound sophomore.
6, Ethan Pollock.
And
loss of a couple on the play, brings up a third
they didn't
down
play
and
in 2014, 15, 20, and 21. But like I said, the 4 wins for the Trojans came in 2016 through 2019 in the Coach Tim Sweeney era. 28-7, 47-8, 63-20, and in 2019 they beat the Cougars 42-6. It's a big day, I believe, for Justin Huss that day. And then 2022, 13-10 loss. As Sanders carries again toward the sideline. He's swung down. And then in 2023, the year the Trojans made the playoffs with Maudie and those guys, they beat the Cougars 22-21 here. And that was a big win at the time for them. here at Trojan Stadium because it propelled them on their way to that playoff year. And then, of course, last year it was all Yough, 55-14.
Up a 4th down and 3.
It's been tough sledding for the Cougars, though. They have been outscored coming into this game 178-21 in their last 4 conference games before tonight. Tough season for Coach Hoffer, but he'll get them back going again. He's young, vibrant, and a good football coach. Petrosky will fake and keep, and Bodnar is standing in the way, and Parker says, I don't want any part of you. I'm just going to go down. Cut my losses.
Petrosky calls his own number, brought down on the play by Turf Ferguson. That'll be a turnover.
Of course, Jeff Kelly would enjoy what B.J. McKeska just set up here because Turf Ferguson made a tackle on the first play of the game that could have went for a touchdown. Yeah.
I think Turf Ferguson plays here every week.
Yep. I think Timmy Palantini put some Turf Fergusons in the
that tripped up Gurgley on that first play.
It did. Oh, poor Johnny. He had a good night. He's going to have a good career, that kid. But, man, he was off and running. Looked like Yough was going to take the early lead, and up comes Turf. Sarver will be back there with Gurgley this time. Sarver takes the snap, and he's just going to run to the right. Nice job by Blystone trying to set the edge, but Sarver gets around him, and he is headed in, and he's in. Touchdown, Cougars. Ryan Sarver, the senior, and good for him. He gets one more touchdown to complete his career at the high school level, and that makes it a 47-19 contest. As the clock just continues to run. Scored a touchdown. Now he's going to try to add the point after is Sarver. McCullough kicked the last one. The hold by Schaefer, the left-footed kicker, is good. We're going to step out. 30 seconds. You can find one there on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. Like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Sarah Crispin-Thomas is right here in Latrobe to help you select the right protection at the right price. Sarah will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Things in your bottom line. From safe driving rewards, bundling options, and discounts, Sarah Crispin-Thomas can help you create a solution that's right for you. Call today at 724-879.
We welcome you back live from Trojan Stadium as Ryan Sarver is about to kick off for the Yough Cougars.
That was Jaden Beeman on the return. Thanks, Hayden.
Jaden Beeman, number 12
on the kickoff by Sarver.
Forced out of bounds. Derry area will take over. First down and 10.
Trojans will have it. Who do you think they're going to play, Coach?
I don't know. I think most likely, I think they could be going to North Catholic, which plays at Mars High School, by the way.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they have a home field, but they play most of their games at Mars. You're right.
Right.
And been there.
But they also could be matched up with Highlands as well. So who knows with the Whippeal Committee? You know, we try to figure out what happens in basketball, and we get pretty close. And I think Coach Arone's close with North Catholic and Highlands.
Under center this time, Petrosky trying that inside handoff, and he does get it off to Mason Link, but not much there. You look at Class 3A. Allegheny 7 Conference, of course, you have Amani Christian. I mean, they speak for themselves. 9-0 coming into tonight. Freeport 7-2. Trojans lost to them in week 1. Highlands 6-3. And then Burrell still had a chance to get in. They could possibly get in with the wild card. I don't know what the score is now. They were trailing Deer Lakes. They had to beat Deer Lakes to have a chance tonight. EF all over Mount Pleasant tonight, 40-0. Southmoreland's going to win. They were well ahead against Salem, so 1-2 and Derry area 3. And there it goes Quedeto. Look at him in the secondary, up to the 45.
Number 23, Anthony.
I do know. I have a feeling if we would play Freeport, it's going to be an entirely different game because Derry is a complete different football team than they were in week 1, and they made the adjustments they needed to do, and they're playing very good football at this time.
Yeah, I mean, certainly to go back there, it's not going to be easy, but I don't see a game like we saw that night.
No.
But again, and plus the two teams know each other pretty well now, obviously, playing once. I'm looking at Highlands for some reason. I think that's a possibility.
I think that's a good shot right there, is Highlands.
It just depends, too. There'll be, 4 byes coming out of that 3A division.
Which I'm kind of hoping it's Highlands, because if we have to drive to Mars.
I'm not going to say it. Not that funny, but.
But if we have to drive to Mars on Friday night, we are going to Newcastle for a shootout the next day, which isn't too far from Mars. So. Driving up to Mars, driving back Friday night, driving up to Newcastle, then we're staying in a hotel and we're playing in a North Allegheny shootout on Sunday. It's going to be a long, fun weekend.
Yeah, that's nice. You have a lot going on. And next thing you know, season time will come around. And you look at the other conference, the Western Hills, you got Avonworth 5-0, Central Valley 5-1, North Catholic and Beaver. Hopewell still had an outside shot.
Fumble.
And they fumble, yeah. And I think Yough has it. They do. 51 in white for the Cougars.
Covered by number 51, Andrew Smalich.
Find my roster. That was Smalich. Andrew Smalich. That's a Hermione name. The Smalich name.
Yough Cougars will take over.
So the Cougars will have it.
48-yard line.
So I mean, again, you can speculate. You're gonna get the buys up front with EF. Avonworth, right? I mean, for
Amani.
sure, Amani, and then there'll be a fourth there. I lost my place here now. Winding down, under a minute to play. Coriana will head down to get a word from Coach Arone as that pass is broken up. Time's going to tick on by now.
Pass intended for number 25, Johnny Gertley.
Nice job that time by the Trojans. Number 7, Cameron Beeman, who had the touchdown.
Yeah, he had the pick.
Or the pick, I'm sorry.
The pick. And that was a nice play.
That
was a nice play. His inside arm, and he did a nice job on that, Cam.
Schaefer's going to load up and then throw toward the sideline to Sarver. That's incomplete, and that is the football game. The Derry area Trojans, for the second time in the Mike Arone era, are headed to the postseason. They had to win this one tonight, and they certainly accomplished that goal as they finish the regular season with a record of 6-4 and 3-2 in the Interstate Conference. Seniors get it done here tonight. The Trojans do. As a team, they win it 47-20, and we're going to hold it here. Hayden's going to get our first post-game clip ready to go here, as it's brought to you by Ameriserve Financial. And we're going to get Coriana with a word from Coach Arone as well. So let's hold it here and wait for Coriana once Coach gets through the handshake. She's on her way down. Ameriserve Financial, located on South Chestnut Street in Derry. You can help your kids start their financial journey with a SOAR savings account at Ameriserve. Coach Arone still going through the handshake, but a big night for the Trojans as they will advance to the WPIAL playoffs. And it didn't look good after those first couple games, Coach. It certainly does now. Let's see. Trying to find, did Coriana make it down there yet? Oh, she's going to have to go out and get Coach, yeah. Oh, he's going to take his team out there, but that's okay. We'll call him. She's going to run out there. Oh, that's right. They have to go over for
the alma mater.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry.
She's going to get
We'll get him. She's at the 30. Headed up the right. Yep. She can wait till after it's over. We have all night. This game ended quickly here, obviously. Maybe we'll get Coach Lisinski, who just sent me some stats in the summary, and see what his thoughts are on who he thinks the Trojans will play in the WPIAL playoffs. All right. Let's, Coriana's going to walk this way, and let's send it down to her and Coach Arone.
So I'm here with Coach Arone again. Do you have anything to say about that second half of the game?
I thought our JVs got a lot of experience. They went out and they played well. They got a touchdown. I think they held them to, 2 scores? So that was their starters, our JV, so we're happy about that. I'm glad those guys got in the game.
Yeah, of course. Well, thanks for letting me interview and talk to you throughout the game. Back to you, Flick.
Thank you so much, Coriana. And elated Coach Arone. Pretty easy win for the Trojans tonight, but, hey, they got to the playoffs, and that was a very important part of what tonight was all about.
And they did it in a dominating fashion in the first quarter. Give y'all credit for that first drive, that first play of the game. They caught the Derry defense on their heels maybe on that first play, but after that it was all Derry on both sides of the ball. Nice night for the seniors last time in Trojan Stadium, and to clinch the playoffs on your home field, that means a lot as well.
Final score, 47-20 in favor of the Trojans. We'll have more on the Ameriserve Financial postgame show. We'll be back to wrap it up right after these messages.
Some people think that coins become wishes. We think they can become something better. Teaching children the value of saving isn't just about money. It's about giving them the tools to imagine, plan, and soar. At Ameriserve, we're here to help them start their journey, beginning with a SOAR savings account. Because when we teach them to save, we're teaching them to dream.
Fall is here, and Cokeville Produce has what you're looking for. Stop into Cokeville Produce for homegrown pumpkins, corn stalks, Indian corn, gourds, straw, and fall mums. Of course, Cokeville Produce also has the freshest fruits and vegetables. Be sure to order a meat, cheese, fruit, or veggie tray for your next party. And check out their fruit baskets too. Cokeville Produce, Route 217 South Blairsville. Open daily from 9 to 6. Like their page on Facebook.
The Matthew Merlin Funeral Home in Derry provides individualized funeral services designed to meet the needs of each and every family that comes through our doors. From casket choices to funeral flowers, our staff of dedicated professionals will help you through all of the planning of the funeral service. Please call us at 724-694-8331. The Matthew Merlin Funeral Home on North Chestnut Street in Derry. A celebration of a life well lived.
Industrial Packaging Supplies in Blairsville specializes in product protection for all shipping needs. IPS is one of the largest manufacturers of industrial shipping reels and converters of interleaf papers in the Northeast United States. Industrial Packaging Supplies also features a variety of boxes, tape, flow pack peanuts, and corner protectors. Industrial Packaging Supplies, Westinghouse Road, Blairsville. Call 724-458-8299.
For over 25 years, Husk Chiropractic has stood as a trusted and experienced provider of chiropractic care in Western Pennsylvania. Husk Chiropractic combines award-winning expert care with compassion to provide personalized treatment plans to meet your individual needs. Don't be sidelined with pain. Allow Husk Chiropractic to help tackle your pain and get you back in the game. Contact us today by calling 724-879-4385. Trust the award-winning care at Husk Chiropractic. And remember, don't let pain adjust how you live. Live well adjusted.
And we welcome you back to Trojan Stadium on the Ameriserve Financial postgame show. Final score here tonight, the Derry area Trojans 47 and the Yough Cougars 20. And a tough loss for Yough as they look into the future for next year. And Derry will make the playoffs. So, Espa, what do you think about tonight's game?
Well, I thought both sides of the ball played well, like I said earlier. Credit the coaching staff to have them this focused and ready to play this type of game, knowing that, on paper and on film, they knew that they were the better team, but you never know what could happen in any sport, on a night like this. But Derry did what they had to do early to take control of the game and, clinch their playoff spot, which I'm very happy for them in the first quarter.
Yeah, and absolutely. And how about Coach Mike Arone at the end of the game getting his rookies in there? So that's pretty good. And it's good news for Derry because they were crushing Yough there. And that was a nice win for Derry over the Yough Cougars tonight. Back to you, Dad.
Thanks, Hayden. Yeah, it was a crushing performance by the Blue and Gold tonight. Let's take a look at how they did it. And it was the first quarter. We'll quickly wrap this up here. It was a Max Doprak run, a two-play drive for the Trojans. He takes a 20-yard jet sweep for the score, 6-0 Trojans. And then it was Max Doherty, 62-yard run, 3 plays, 70 yards. Doprak's extra point is good. It's 13-0 Trojans. The Cougars would come back, a 15-yard touchdown pass from Schaefer to Bibby. Kick was no good. It was 13-6 in favor of the Trojans. But then after that, it was all Derry area. Caden Wires, a 1-yard touchdown run, 20-6 Derry after the Doprak extra point. And then it was the Trojans again striking. Sacco to Papuga, 4-yard touchdown pass. Max's kick was good, 27-6 Trojans. They would go ahead 33-6 when Pickle Pitzer would take it in from 2 yards out. A 7-play, 69-yard drive, 33-6 in favor of the Trojans. And then it was Sacco to Daniels. This is all in the first half. 10-yard touchdown pass, and then the senior Daniels pulls it in, and then the senior Sanders catches the 2-point conversion, and the Trojans led 41-6 at the half. In the second half, it was the Cougars scoring on a gurgly 15-yard touchdown run. Also, Sarver added a 19-yard touchdown run for the Cougars. And for the Trojans, it was Parker Petrosky taking it in from 15 yards out. And it was an interception, too, by Cameron Beeman in the second half for the Trojans. So they got, as Hayden called it, the rookies, or the JVs, got a lot of time there in the second half. Trojans win it by the final score of 47-20 over the Yough Cougars tonight in convincing fashion, and they will advance to the WPIAL playoffs, Coach.
Yeah, we're going to find out Saturday afternoon, and, I'm sure the coaching staff's going to put their time into the film study and have the players watch the film, break it down, and get right at it on maybe Sunday evening. Never know. But need to have 4 good practices, at least 4 good practices, Monday through Thursday. And, regardless of who they play, Derry is playing some very good football. Yeah. And they are healthy, and they've had a lot of confidence to grow through these last few weeks. I'm excited for them next Friday. And at this point, it doesn't matter who you play. Because when you're playing this well and you're healthy, line up and let's go play some football.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, and they are playing their best football right now at the end of the season, and being healthy certainly makes a difference. It's time now to name our Pit Stop Pizza and Sunoco Player of the Game. Pit Stop located right across from Derry Area High School on Route 982. Stop in, try their pizza, their wings, all the good stuff, strombolis, appetizers, and more. And while you're there, get a car wash as well at the Tidal Waves Car Wash. The winner of our Player of the Game receives a 1-topping pizza and a tsunami wash. Those will be distributed to Coach Arone next week for the Players of the Week throughout the season. And then, of course, Rob is always generous to stay on with us for the playoffs, which we'll have for you. And I'll talk about that here in a second next week for the Trojans. But tonight, I'm going to go with Ricky Daniels. Now, I'll tell you what, he's played all year, and he's made some plays, and he's out there, and he's blocking his butt off. You heard Coach Arone say that in the pregame show. And he had a touchdown catch tonight. He had a big catch last week against Mount Pleasant down here by the scoreboard. Well-deserving. Ricky Daniels, our player of the game tonight.
Yeah, Ricky did play well, and I just talked to him the other day in school, and he said, there's so many hands that can touch the football. being an unselfish player, he just wanted to win this game so bad. And he did his part. Every senior did his part. Every practice player did their part to get this team ready. It was just a great night for the Trojans.
Yep, and again, you could give it to so many people. I know Caden Wires. I know Justin Papuga had one earlier in the year. I could have gave it to him as well, but the seniors did come through. Let's take a quick look at the scoreboard here, Coach, before we go. It was, and I'm going to see here too, I don't know if Coach Lisinski sent any stats or not. Yes, he did. Total yards, which is good enough for me. 400 for the Trojans on the button, and the Yough Cougars 180. So that just, you don't even have to look at the score when you look at that, no question. Some scores: Bell Vernon trails Trinity. Trinity's in first place in that conference, by the way, ahead of Thomas Jefferson. 34-21 in a game that Dan Flickinger is doing on the Westmoreland Sports Network. That's in the fourth quarter now. Jeanette beats Riverview tonight, 36-0. Burrell comes back. They're leading Deer Lakes now, 33-27 in the fourth quarter. EF, Elizabeth Forward, 41, Mount Pleasant, 7. That's also a third quarter score. Thomas Jefferson, 58, Laurel Highlands, 7. Central Catholic all over Cannon McMillan. Penn Trafford leads Latrobe 35-7. That game is headed to the fourth quarter. Southmoreland all over Greensburg Salem tonight. That score, I believe it's final now. 38-0. Yes, 38-0. The Scotties bounce back from a loss last week. Want to thank Shirley Flickinger all season long and Nicolette Peterson for all of their hard work in doing these scores each and every week, trying to keep us abreast of what's going on around the area. And as far as next week is concerned, for any of you who are still with us or might be watching now on the archive, we will be at wherever the Trojans go next week. The game will be broadcast via audio, no question about that. The video situation is this. NFHS Network will have the rights to the entire WPI AL playoffs. That does not mean we can't use our guys and our stuff to broadcast it. What it means is you have to pay. You have to pay the NFHS cost. That we get none of that. So just to let you know, and our sponsors will still be with us, so on and so forth. However, if there is another streaming network that streams for that particular school or that particular area, they're going to get first dibs on the game to broadcast it by video. So if you're looking for video next week, you're probably going to find it one way or the other. But we will be there, and we will do it whether it be audio or video. That's the best way I can explain it right now. And just stay tuned to our website, and we'll let you know exactly what we're going to do as far as that's concerned. And Hayden wants to say something else. Go ahead, Hayden.
And yes, as we're about to sign off here tonight.
Yeah, we're not going to sign off yet, but I'll let you sign off, though. Is that what you want to do? Yeah, he wants to sign us off, Coach. So, hey, listen, thank you for coming along tonight. I know you do a lot, and obviously you've run our camera a lot, but you did a great job tonight stepping in for Coach Lisinski. And Coach will be back with us next week, and you'll be on the camera.
Yeah, I'm sure it won't be too balmy wherever we're going. And, one thing that I did last night, knowing that we were going to be playing on in the playoffs next Friday, I got about 5 Amazon boxes coming on Monday. A new base layer set, new insulated gloves. So I'm going to be as prepared as I can be to be on that camera, and I hope it doesn't shake too much.
Well, I can tell you this right now. If we are at Freeport and you have to be there on a camera, I don't know how that'll work out with the other network, but you'll be outside regardless, but we'll all be outside. If it's somewhere else like McGuffey, well, we're not going to McGuffey, but a place like McGuffey, you might be on a roof. There might be some ice. So make sure you wear your chains on your boots as well. Okay? Thanks, Espo. I appreciate it. All right, Hayden, it's 47-20 on the night for the Trojans. They win it. They head to the playoffs. And, Hayden, you can take us out of here, and we'll talk to you again next week. Great season by everybody. Thanks to all of our sponsors as well. And everybody up here, Nick Raymond at Derry area, and Barry, who brought the good hot sausage tonight and been up here for many, many years, Barry Brazili. So thanks to everybody here tonight, Dr. Forensic included. Go ahead.
And, yes, just like I said, 47-20. And, yes, for the Yough Cougars, let's start with them first. They will look ahead into the future, and they will look forward to next year. And for the Derry area Trojans, they will move on to the 2025 playoffs. And that's going to do it tonight here at Trojan Stadium with their final score, 47, Derry area Trojans 47, and the Yough Cougars 20.
And we want to thank Lorenzo down there, too.
Yes,
he braved the cold tonight. Lorenzo Cota. Thanks, Lorenzo.
We do want to thank Lorenzo. For us again, Tom Esposito, John Flickinger, Lorenzo Cota, I'm Hayden Flickinger, signing off. You were watching the Westmoreland Sports Network. Good night, everyone.